Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to.
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at...
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So, right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say, you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8th electoral vote, in Indiana with its 11th electoral vote, West Virginia, Florida, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage of the 199, and I'm happy to see all of you here tonight. Stop. I'm not muted. Stop trying to trick me. I know I'm not muted. I can see my audio levels. I'm not muted. You're not going to fool me. You can't fool me. I'm too good. You can't fool me. So stop. Okay? Let's not even go there. Okay? Let's not even go there. Let's not even try it. All right? All right, we got that out of the way. So let's just not do that because I cannot be fooled at all. Now I'm okay. I had to double check. I had to double check. God. Oh, the internet is a very tough place. It's a really, really tough place. All right. So there we go. Ryan is muted. Good thing Ryan is muted. All right. All right. So how's everybody doing today? Yes, we have CobraCast, and I am looking forward to seeing is the audio now. The audio sync might be off because I am using a different camera. So let me see if I can work on that. I need you guys to actually talk to me and be legit for once. So I'm going to turn echo cancellation off and automatically adjust mic volume. Does that make the sync work? Is it synced up? Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3. StreamYards makes things difficult, okay? StreamYards thinks it makes it very difficult. All right. Good to go? Low, no, too high. There's just no pleasing any of you, is there? Good Lord. Now I do have to go check and see if the sound bumped down. Why don't they make it easier for us? Don't they understand how hard of a job we have? Don't they understand how tough of a job we have as streamers? Let's see. Okay. Is that too loud? That might be too loud. That might be too loud. Test, test, test. Okay. I think we're good now. 2 times speed. Audio is low and you're out of sync. Good God. I have no idea. I have no idea. All good. Leave it. Good. That's good. Lagging. Sounds great. It's fine. Welcome to the internet, everyone. Hope you're doing well. We have Zinni Biscuit for a $10 super chat. Thank you, Lady Aaron D. By the way, there's Lady Aaron D. Hey, welcome. Welcome, Lady Aaron D. Ad moderator. Boom. Lady Aaron D now has a wrench, okay? Lady Aaron D has a wrench now. Out of sync? Jesus Christ. Okay, hang on. Hang on. All right, is that better? Hang on. Swear. Okay. Now, how is that? Is that better? That should work. Testing, testing, testing. Okay, is that good? Okay, there. Tweeted tone, I would never give you a wrench, okay? I would never give you a wrench. Why would we give Tweeted tone a wrench? Do you know what kind of mayhem would ensue if we did that? But Zinni Biscuit says, like a blue northern howling like the tumbleweeds blow. There's no way to settle him down. He's his spirit's as wild as the horses he rides. His freedom he wears like a crown. Loves some Chris Ledoux. Or there's some Chris Ledoux for you. And Chris Ledoux is awesome, okay? I do like Chris Ledoux. Oh, now your audio went back down. Oh, my God. There. Now, oh, my God. Testing, testing, testing. I'm going to show you guys. It automatically just, StreamYards adjusts it, and there's nothing I can do. StreamYards automatically adjusts my volume, and it's pissing me off. Talking to the mic? What do you think? I don't know what I'm doing? So dude, okay, check this out. All right, audio should be good now. All right, audio should be good now. Check this out. I got to show you guys something that happened the other day that was really funny. And I'm getting so many people that don't know who I am watching this video. Right here, if you go to live, okay, this one right here. Look how many views this video has. Right here. Look how many views this video has. This is a CobraCast the other day. This has 181,000 views. 181,000 views from CobraCast from like 2 days ago, 3 days ago. And it's because the title is Elon Musk Tucker Carlson interview. There are so many people in the comments and they're bitching at me because I am such a retard. And they're like, who is this guy? The video doesn't start for like an hour into the video. Like, oh my gosh, there's so many people are mad at me over it. And I'm like, sorry. So new people showing up to CobraCast and they're not impressed. They're not impressed. They're like, who is this guy and why do people watch him? And so, yeah, everybody's just yelling at me. All these people are like, who is this guy and why the fuck do people watch him? And to that, I say, you're not CobraCast material, clearly, okay? Because if you're CobraCast material, you understand nothing goes right around here. Production value is shit. There's no plan. And there's a lot of memes that you wouldn't understand unless you watch every show. That's essentially how it goes. Steve from PA says, Solo lost money. Raylos are weird. Fuck Lucasfilm. And Jeremy is still waiting for President Trump to tell him that he doesn't look gay. Savvy's Trumpy Trout says, all the fish love Trumpy. They just love me. Lord Botha says, I hear Jeremy likes to eat his Doritos out of Dan Vask's hand like that girl in the Whitmer video. Can't confirm, but that's what I heard. Oh, my God. Isn't that the stream you changed the title midstream? Yes, that is the one I changed title midstream when that video dropped. Johnny the Wizkid says, Hijabi Gamer lost her cat Buster. My condolences. Really? Oh, man, I hate to hear that. Hijabi Gamer's awesome. So nothing but love to the Hijabi Gamer. I know she loved that cat. So I'm sorry to hear that. Maximus BT says, where are my breeds at? Kyle says, tell Ryan he has trash audio. Yeah, so we uploaded a video. By the way, 1-800-DANKY is a madman, okay? 1-800-DANKY is uploading shit that I don't even know about at this point. So let's see what we have here. So this the Geeks and Gamers Clips channel, and every time I turn around, there's something else happening. Let's see here. Okay, so we've got this one right here. So you got Ryan's horrible audio. This is a 10-minute video. We're not going to watch this whole 10 minutes. Yeah, dude. Okay. So, yeah, dude. Okay, Ryan, look, people are still
it's you. It's for people that are having
he literally just told me about this.
For people that are having a problem with the audio, it's fucking you. I don't know what your problem is, but yeah, so I put out a video this morning about Zachary Levi, and I played a little bit of his statement when he was on stage with RFK and Tulsi Gabbard, for him talking about the implications of, supporting Trump in Hollywood and things like that. And I started getting a bunch of comments. Some people were just kind of normal video. Yeah, it's great to hear Zach saying that. But some people are like, I can't hear the audio. Hey, you missed the audio. The audio's silent here for some reason. And I'm thinking to myself, am I fucking crazy? I re-listened to the entire thing before I posted it. Maybe YouTube screwed it up. So I go and I listen to it. I pull it up. I can fucking hear it fine on my computer. Okay. Maybe it's a mobile issue. Pull it up on my cell phone. I can fucking hear it fine on my cell phone.
So you guys can go watch it over there. Ryan blames the audience, though. So it's the audience's fault, according to Ryan. So that's over on Geeks and Gamers Clips. Danky just uploading crazy stuff like crazy. He uploaded Jeremy Troll's Nerdrotic with Bon Jovi. Jeremy and Jay prank Beardo. Beardo can't read.
Jason Cole with a 5. Indictment.
Indictment.
Why is there a C in there? Indictment against Trump revised by Jake Smith. Why'd you throw a C in there?
And it's Jack Smith. He spelled it wrong, but it's Jack Smith.
Okay, Jack Smith. Eric Guidewall with an
8. Dickman. So yeah, that's how it goes around here. We are all a little retarded around here. So that's all because of a $2 super chat talking about Ryan's trash audio. Bilbo T Baggins for 50 says, hail Jeremy, have a friend that lives in Port Richey. Haven't heard from her in several days, but her daughter told me that she's safe. Trump 2024. Well, I'm happy to hear that. As a matter of fact, Suresh. Well, Suresh sent me some video earlier of a horrible situation in West Palm. And dude, it looked horrible. There were cars flipped upside down, roofs torn off of houses. It was crazy. So while the greater Orlando area didn't get affected, and obviously I got nothing here, Tampa didn't get the storm surge that a lot of people were worried about. Dude, it got hit bad. Especially shockingly enough, the west side of Florida got hit worse than some of the east side did. That's wild, man. So yeah, you're going to not see widespread damage maybe that was expected, but there's a lot of people that took a lot of damage yesterday, man. A lot of people took a lot of damage, and nothing but love for all those people. AJ says, for 20 says, maybe if we didn't give billions to Ukraine, we might be able to help Florida and other states from natural disasters. Just saying. And that's why we got to get President Trump back in office. It's as simple as that. And I tweeted this out, but I think this is worth listening to right here because this is crazy awesome. I tweeted this and I believe it, and he doesn't get enough credit for it. But Scott Pressler is literally saving this country. He deserves so much respect. If you don't know who Scott Pressler is, you should definitely check it out, because Scott Pressler is an absolute patriot beyond belief. And listen to him right here. So tonight he spoke in front of the County Board of Elections. Listen to what he has to say. This guy is on another level.
Good evening, Scott Pressler, Jenkins Township, Luzerne County, Pennsylvania. I want to thank the board for working on a backlog of thousands of unprocessed voter registrations here in Luzerne. I know the number is approaching 2,300 unprocessed voter registrations, and that does not include paper applications. Now, what does concern me is the fact that the mail-in ballots is approaching 8,000.
Why can't I turn the volume up?
Mail-in ballot applications. And yes, board, we are aware of the SURE system numbers, and a reliable source has pulled those numbers for us. Now, this board has been in the news for several years. It was in the news in 2020 for throwing out ballots into dumpsters. In 2022, this board ran out of paper on election day in 2022. This board.
The audio isn't great, so can you guys at least make out what he's saying? Because he gets pretty passionate later as this goes on. So can you guys at least hear it?
The board has a history of not making sure that every lawful vote is counted here in Luzerne County. That's why you're in the news. I want to make it clear, this board has said today that an Afghani, yes, an Afghani citizen that was brought to our country because Kamala Harris failed in the debacle of a pullout from Afghanistan. That's why that Afghani national is here in our country. And that person threatened a terror attack on election day. Kamala Harris funded the attack of Hamas and Iran on Israel on October 7th. Any member of the Jewish community that votes for Kamala Harris is voting for the destruction of the Jewish people in Israel. If Democrats care about Black people, then why do they choose to support illegal aliens over the 3.6 million Black children living in our country? If Democrats care about the American people, then why do they choose to put the illegal aliens over 500,000 Americans that are living homeless here in our country? We have 50,000 homeless veterans. Why do Democrats, if they have such passion for the rest of the world, choose to put Americans last? I tell you, Luzerne County is going to vote Republican this November, and we are going to elect Donald Trump. And I want to congratulate the Republican Party and Gene Ziemba and TJ Fitzgerald for making sure that now, for the first time in modern history, there are more registered Republicans than Democrats in Luzerne County. My organization is Early Vote Action. We have 60 staff across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and I promise you, I will use every second for the next 27 days making sure that we work to elect Donald J. Trump. We elect Dave McCormick to the United States Senate. We defeat Matt Cartwright, electing Rob Bresnahan. We defeat Susan Wild, electing Ryan McKenzie. And we are going to turn Pennsylvania blood red peacefully and elect Donald J. Trump as the 47th president of the United States. I also want to say we're appealing to the Dominicans and Puerto Ricans. The Republican Party is about faith, family, finance, freedom. The Hispanic community, you have a place within the Republican Party. Democrats do not care about you, or they would make sure that our streets are safe. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Man, Scott is awesome, man. He is out there just doing amazing stuff, boots on the ground. And the dude is a difference maker, an absolute difference maker, and it's great to see. And he finally got recognition from President Trump himself, which was absolutely fantastic. But he is doing so much work. Raider over on Rumble. Raider dropped $103 super chat. Says, hail the fellowship and the 199. Raider dropping bombs. Let's freaking go. Thank you, Raider. Appreciate you, brother. Hope you're doing well. $103. Chad, Alpha Chad Raider. That is awesome. Thank you, man, so much. Appreciate it. Okay, so let me see where we're at here. Let me go to my bookmarks. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to cover, just like there is every day. That's why I'm pretty much live every single day. Did you guys see this? Did you guys see this? I didn't believe it when I saw it, but did anyone catch Nelly, rapper Nelly, shouting out MAGA at the AMAs? This is shocking that Nelly is shouting out MAGA, apparently. That is what people are saying. That's crazy.
All good, rain over all wood. Do me like you should, love me good, love me good. We be them stud, player, what you was, player, acting like we draw, player, sipping cause she bought MAGA, honey in the.
Hey, you see it right there? He said MAGA. Here we go.
We draw, player, sipping cause she bought MAGA, honey in the club, he in the beers, like see all good, rain over all wood.
Nelly shouting out Trump. Are you kidding me? I did not have that one on my bingo card. I did not have that one. But yet here we are. Now you got Nelly throwing some MAGA love out there. So that's crazy, bro. Let's see. If that's true, like I said, I saw a ton of, like, this account right here tweeted it out. There was no community note on it. This had 29,000 likes. And I didn't see a community note. And of course, there's Ramble Rants.
I'm that dirty, the SWAT got him. I'll leave him strapped, no lace, and come up at him. The last person that touched him, I've been shot. Now if you look, you see bright red Trumps up on the TV. You couldn't get this color if you had a personal genie. You know what keeps it hip-hop?
Ramble Rants. Hail to the Dilly meme team.
Never flip-flop. Yeah, my Trump one's in tip-top. Not for my flip-flop. I like the limited edition, go white and cherry red. Patent leather pinstripe with the red MAGA on my head. Size 12 with the strap. Red and white with MAGA cap. All flavor, but it just depends on when or where I'm at. Okay. Get me wrong, man, and DJT ain't dumb, man. Cause if the shoe is on the shelf, you should have some, man. You cannot sit up and tell me that you have none, man. You mean I had 3 or 4, but you got 1, man. Give me 2 pairs. I need 2 pairs. I can get the stuffing in my Trump Force One.
Oh my God. Why is this so good? Why is this so good? And it's real. This is really Donald Trump from what I understand. Really Donald Trump. This is not AI from what I understand. I'm obviously joking.
I get the stuffing in my Trump Force One. Give me 2 pairs. I need 2 pairs. I can get the stuffing in my Trump Force One. I get the stuffing in my Trump Force One.
Dilly meme team is crushing it, man. So yeah. We'll see, but that's it sounded like he said MAGA, and sometimes community notes does take a while to show up, but I did check several posts and I didn't see any community notes on it at that point in time. So I guess we'll see if he clarifies that in time. Apparently, is Obama speaking right now? Hang on. Is Obama speaking with Kamala? No way. Hang on. No. Let's see. I saw something on my feed that said Obama was on the campaign trail or something, or speaking. Let's see. Let me check this out and see. Obama. Yep. Oh boy. Audio's terrible.
Really sticking it to them.
Audio's awful.
It's okay as long as our side wins. And by the way, I'm sorry, gentlemen. I've noticed this especially with some men who seem to think Trump's behavior, the bullying and the putting people down, is a sign of strength. And I am here to tell you that is not what real strength is.
Shut the fuck up, Obama. First of all, this is desperation. Okay, so this shows you that the Harris campaign is in pure desperation mode now because they're now rolling out Obama. This tells you This tells you that they are desperate. We're not going to listen to this. I just can't. I can't do it. So, but I saw that in my newsfeed. I'm like, wait a minute. Is Obama back? So, yeah, that just shows you that they are desperate. They are in full-on panic mode. What is this? Oh, here we go. Okay. New former President Barack Obama says brothers aren't turning out for Kamala Harris like they did for him. The comments from Obama came during an event at the University of Pittsburgh where Obama sounded the alarm on black voters. We have not yet seen this kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we were when I was running. Now, I also want to say that it seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. All right, here we go.
Is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. Is that
yeah, go ahead and just make disrespectful comments towards the black community and see if that works, Obama. Maybe it's because the black community is tired of Democrats and all of their bullshit. Maybe that's it. Could it be? Barack Obama. Wait, here we go. Barack Obama pushes Kamala's McDonald's hoax. Hang on.
somebody who was raised in the middle class, who worked a summer job at McDonald's while she earned a degree, who believes in the values that built this country, somebody who has served with distinction in every office that she has ever held.
Oh, I am so happy about all of this. I am so happy that they're rolling out Obama. This just shows that they know they are losing and they're desperate now. Absolutely desperate. In fact, did you guys see this earlier today from Joe Biden? Watch this. Right here. Check this out. Check this one out. Here we go.
About his plans relating to retaliation.
He's coming over to help with a storm.
Mr. President, have you spoken with former President Trump at all?
He says, he asked Biden, have you spoken with former President Trump at all?
Are you kidding me? Mr. President Trump, former President Trump, get a life, man. Help these people.
Will you hold him accountable? You said you were going to hold those accountable.
I'm going to hold them accountable. You better than the press hold them accountable because you know the truth.
Will you, do you plan to speak with former?
What? Holy shit, man.
His plans relating to retaliation.
He's coming over to help with a storm.
Mr. President, have you spoken with former President Trump at all?
Are you kidding me? Mr. President Trump, former President Trump, get a life, man. Help these people.
Will you hold him accountable? You said you were going to hold those.
He's not the president. What the fuck are we doing? Why are you telling Trump, who's a private citizen officially at this point in time, to help victims of the hurricane? You are the sitting president of the United States of America. Holy shit. Good Lord. I'm serious, man. If for some reason, and it won't be legitimate, but if for some reason Harris is in office next year, we are done. I mean, we are absolutely done. Holy crap. That was absolutely insane. All right, really quick. Let me see where we're at. Got that one. Let's see. Terror Misu for 20 says, hey, Jeremy, did you watch Trump speak at the Detroit Economic Club earlier? He laid out a great plan to cut corporate taxes and increase tariffs to boost the American auto industry. MAGA 2024. P.S. The word is tiramisu? Tiramisu? Is that how I say it? So I saw a few clips of what he said, but I didn't get this chance to watch the whole speech. Trump is like, dude, Trump is everywhere. Okay. Like, holy crap. He's everywhere. This is a lie. NDI, can you please not send money with lies? Okay. I don't appreciate you guys saying lies in my chat. Okay. So if you could do that, I would appreciate not doing that. Just let's keep expectations in within reality around here. Okay. Because here's the truth. If at any point in time I am ever considered one of the best streamers on the internet, we are truly fucked. Okay? So let's just keep it there, okay? Let's just never if I'm ever considered for that, we are in bad shape. Locke says Obama aged 45 years, hashtag MAGA. He Big Mike's been putting him through some rough times. Bilbo T. Baggins says, my bad, forgot the one thing with my previous super chat. Jeremy is the Fig Commander. There we go. So you're 50, you forgot it, but you got it there. Piano Dean for 10 says, I never invented or developed anything, but I want to develop a globe that's so good everyone immediately starts throwing all of their old globes in the trash while chanting bad globes in unison. Okay. Thanks, Piano Dean. Warren Smith for 10 says, if everything ran perfect, it would be a CobraCast. Recharge your social battery with the hardest job in the world, 199, the GCA. Thank you, Warren Smith. Hope you're doing well, brother. Good to see you. Troy New says, Big Dick Donnie claiming the crown. Kamala's polls are crashing. Her team's in free fall. Can't turn it around. John Ruck says, hit that like, y'all. Trump 2024. Hit the like button. That's right. We're almost up to 1,000 likes. Grand Potato says, well, there is an upside to these hurricanes. Beardo will have enough soggy waffies for a lifetime. Ouija Zone says, new epic intro when Trump wins. Absolutely. Sateri says, Jeremy, I think I found your kin today. I was driving behind a car that said cousins by marriage, lovers by choice. They live down the road. True story. JL23 says, have you seen the trans clone trooper, Jeremy? I watched Drunk 3PO's video on it. Grey Ghost says, I like this cam because it makes you look gayer, and I wonder how much prettier you'll look with the filters. Let's turn the filter on. All right, I'll tell you when the filter is turned on. Hang on. Camera filter is on now. Filter's on now. God. People literally use these things. That is way too much. That is insane. But yeah, the filter is 100% on. Now I'm turning it off. Filter off. There we go. No filter. No filter. There you go. Yeah, that's like the Instagram filter. They have an Instagram filter on StreamYards. And I guarantee you a lot of people use it. A lot of people use it. Sergio Garcia says, no, Jeremy, you are still gay. Kyle says, Ryan has better audio. Joey says, high quality production. Hail. The Exalted Patriarch says, did you check out that Trump Musk ain't nothing like a G thing? I didn't find it. You'll have to tag me in it again. But yeah, you'll have to tag me in it again. Margaret for 10 says, I'm sick of the name calling. She said, he said, childishness. Get down to business. Vote Trump and all Republican candidates. 1,000%. 1000%. D-Day McLean says, check your DMs, sent you an indictment Beardo meme. Oh, I can't wait to see that one. Raider for 50. Reinforcing NDI, you and Nerdrotic are the best streamers ever. You make it look so easy and professional. I can't believe you guys fucking found my Achilles heel. Like, I've prided myself in going, hey, the internet can never get to me. The internet can't rattle me. Just trash me all day long. You start paying me compliments, I don't know what the fuck to do with myself. I don't like it. It bothers me. It throws me off. Like, go back to insulting me. Call me names. Call me gay. Call me retarded. Call me stupid. Say that I'm not good at my job. Just insult me, please. I need it. The insults fuel me. The compliments make me very uncomfortable. But I do appreciate the $49.99 from Raider. And the fact that you're putting Gary and me in the same word as professional is a problem, okay? It's a problem. Grand Potato says, I bring a motion before Jeremy, the D-Day Cobra, and Geeks and Gamers audience. I motion that Danky be brought on as official team member of Geeks and Gamers. Do I hear any? Hey, so he already is. Danky's already official. That's right. Danky is official. Bet you didn't know that. All that stuff you're seeing on Geeks and Gamers 2, that's Danky. That's right. Danky is officially here. Danky's crushing it. Let's see. Kill Caustic says, remember, polls don't equal votes. Get out and get it done. Absolutely. That's right, Grand Potato. He's official. David Nelson says that you're a great streamer. CD Stein says, Jeremy, I live in St. Louis area, and I can confirm Nelly is down with MAGA. He said it in a few local shows. That's what's up. That's what we like to hear. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy Nelly is on board. Okay, so do you guys want me to do a full reaction to the Andrew Schultz Trump interview? I have not watched it. I've only seen a few clips, okay? So if you guys want me to watch that, you got to let me know in the chat. I have not watched it. Is it worth me sitting through the whole time? I don't know. Guess we're going to see. Start a poll. I'm just going to look, just give me a yes or no. I'm not even typing anything. Yes or no. Yes or no. That's how you find out what the people want right there. The people want what the people get. It's just that simple. Right now, it's 75% yes. I will literally do what the chat is saying. So whatever you guys decide is what happens. Ehab says, did you see Harris wants to put a Republican in her cabinet? So much for the party being a threat to democracy. Yeah, I mean, she's been saying that. I don't believe it. Philip Butler says, even if she did, it wouldn't matter. It would be a rhino. Philip Butler says, watch Donald J. Trump Outlier. Harley Dave says, sorry, I'm late this evening. Have you seen Sean Ryan's show from today? Got a couple of mega chads who helped save lives in New York or North Carolina. Also, you are gay. I have not, but we can check that out. The dude says, when was the last time Obama was in their neighborhoods? Isn't there another personal chef of his that needs to drown in 3 inches of water? Mazza Apocalypse says, a best streamer is Salty Cracker, changed my mind, and Jeremy is gay. Salty is awesome. Salty's fantastic. NDI says, yep, we're fucked. That's what I've been trying to say. The dude says that Jeremy, you are one of the best homosexual streamers. That's better. I can accept that. That's still an insult. Savage Trump Trout says, I've never seen a better streamer than Jeremy. It's Van, not Vin. Raven Black Sparrow says, is this the first time Biden called him president? I don't think so. He's probably said it before. Vlad says, Jeremy has a huge heart for people. Eric K says, Piano Dean has this. He can build it. G2 Price says, where to start? Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul? Breaking Bad. 100%. You've got to start with Breaking Bad. and you will appreciate Better Call Saul just as much. So that is not up for discussion, and I reject anybody in the chat saying anything other than Breaking Bad. You have to start with Breaking Bad. You have to start with Breaking Bad. That's a no-brainer. So it looks like we are going to react. So there you go. All right. But yeah, got to start with Breaking Bad. Chat's going to back me up on that one. Shake from Hunger Team says, this is my first time watching the guy. This is my first time watching The Guy Is So Handsome. Prenon Corp says, Jeremy's favorite kind of Coke is Coke. Den Hawkins says, from London and Paris to Tokyo, America and Scotland and Mexico, they all say, I believe in Joe Hendry. Michael Gorzik says, Jeremy, thank you as always for your coverage. By the way, are you gay? It's okay. Thoughts on fitness with Nigel. Jeremy, you are definitely the best streamer ever. Shadow Saiyan says, are we doing Bon Jovi again tomorrow on FNT? That's your call. That's your call. Roger that says, by best, they mean gayest streamer on YouTube, 199. David L says, you are less gay today from yesterday. Jessica Avery says, you should watch the music video Lion Kamala by Loza Alexander sometime. It's pretty catchy and funny. Noted. Savvy's Trumpy Trout. It's streamer. It's steamer, not streamer, meaning shit. Okay, that's better. That's better. The Exalted Patriarch says, I sent a message on Twitter and tagged you. Noted. All right, so it looks like we are reacting to Donald Trump's appearance. And again, I've only seen a few clips, so I have not seen all of this. I've only seen like a few bits and pieces. So Donald Trump made an appearance on the Flagrant podcast. And people went crazy over this, man. People went crazy over this. Right now, it has 2.2 million views and an insane like to dislike ratio. And so here we go.
Try to take you out.
So I'm going to give you some big breaking news, right?
Sharon is 18. He's handsome. He's tall. He's rich.
He's got the whole ball.
He's unleashed in New York City. Are you sure you want to reverse Roe v. Wade now?
I'm going to make this country great again. It's not a great country right now.
It's always a great country.
See,
it's always a great country.
Okay, but I'm good with names, you know.
You are. Tampon Tim was good. Is
the
that?
problem with Tampon Tim? It's hard to say. There are some like Comrade Kamala. It's a little hard to say. She's not bad, but when you put the names together, it's a little. You got to be able to pume.
That's actually true. Tampon Tim is a little hard to say. It doesn't flow. You know, it doesn't flow like Lion Ted. Lion Ted. Lion Ted is great. Crooked Hillary, that flows. Tampon Tim is a little hard to say. He's actually right about that.
That was the best dodge of a question. You know what I mean? You almost charmed us out.
Trying to get out of it. How are we doing so far?
You're doing amazing. So they're making us laugh, but we want you for a long time.
Give them a little more time like that. These are great questions. What the hell? But they lie, and they know it's a lie. She lied about many things, and she's a liar. I have a hard time doing it to them. You know, I'm basically a truthful person, but
I'm basically a truthful person. Dude, you can tell, like, these guys are completely just like all in. Like, Trump has all of their attention.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Flagrant. And today, this is the first time that we've been able to say is we are sitting down with Mr. President. Mr. President, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
All right, is the audio better now that they're not playing the music? Because I see a few people saying the audio is a little off. Is the audio better now that the music not playing?
Thank you, fellas.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. This is awesome. We have a bunch of questions. We're very, very grateful for your time.
Okay.
I just became a dad. My buddy over there just became a dad, Mark.
Yep. That's
and
good.
Okay, so here's first question. You have these children that are seemingly well-adjusted, successcul, and I think most importantly, they appear to like you.
Yeah.
Okay. I grew up in the city, and there's a lot of people who had like very wealthy parents, and like the kids kind of resent them. They're almost like waiting for them to like die. And they end up in like rehabs and
Doing
all this
drugs,
other
God
stuff.
knows what, yeah.
How do you raise them in the public eye where they, still become ambitious and successful?
So I do have good kids and 5 really wonderful children, and different, very different. Yeah, they are so different. But one thing that was in common that I always used to say when I was with them or when they were leaving a room, I would drive them crazy. No drugs, no alcohol, no cigarettes. I would say that.
Did you say that to Don Jr.?
Yeah, Don's a little wild. He's a wild. He can be a little tough.
He told me a funny story.
Go ahead.
Okay. Because I talked to a bunch of people. I was trying to, prepare for this
Right,
interview.
right.
He told me a funny story. And he said to me, he goes, once he asked if he could have a couple of his friends over for New Year's. Was it New Year? No, it was July 4th.
Right.
On top of Trump Tower.
Right.
And you said yes. He's like, I want 5 friends. You're like, okay, I'm out of town. Go for it. He brings 200 people over to Trump Tower. Okay.
That's right.
Okay. He says that you weren't supposed to be there. You end up showing up. You hear some noise upstairs. You come up. You go, what the fuck is everybody doing here? Get the hell out of my house. He said he cleaned for the next 36 hours. And he said, to this day, you have never brought up that it even happened. And he said, I'm starting to believe it might not have happened. So can you give him closure?
No, it happened. No, I can never give closure. you can never forget. A lot of people like to forget things. You can't know. He's a good guy. And, he's taken a lot because...
well, I've talked about this in the past, but it's like the true... And it's not as cut and dry as maybe it would seem, but I do think it's a very good guideline. The true test, the true measure of a man is his kids, and especially with somebody like Trump, a famous person that's been in the public eye. How many times have we seen all of these famous kids of all of these famous people turn out to be drug addicts, alcoholics, criminals, because they had no values growing up in their lives. They just they had whatever they wanted, so they didn't have anything to strive for or work for. They had no discipline, no structure, or anything like that. You've never heard that with the Trump kids. Never. You never heard of it. You can complain about whatever else you want to, but at the end of the day, like, I remember, I don't know what she's doing these days, but like Paris Hilton, remember Paris Hilton back in the day? She was always doing something stupid. She was always at the nightclub. She was always getting plastered and shit-faced. And you never heard about that with Ivanka. You never saw Ivanka. Never heard anything bad about her. Never heard about her partying, getting DUIs, going to jail. You never heard about Don Jr., never heard about Eric. You never heard about any of this with these Trump kids. None of them. That's insane. So there you go, man. Trump was definitely a great father figure.
He was always a good student. He went to the Wharton School of Finance, which is great, and he did well. But he went into the world of politics not because he wanted to, but because I was there, and I sort of automatically you drag the family in.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy, what he had to go through with Russia. Because Dad, they're asking me questions about Russia. I don't know anything about Russia. What's going on? And all of a sudden, he's in front of grand juries. He's in front of Congress.
Yeah.
It was a hoax. It was a total hoax.
Yeah.
This was a made-up hoax by crazy Nancy Pelosi and these, the maniacs.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton, who's totally nuts.
Yeah.
And this went on for 2 years. And he'd always say, Dad, I know nothing about this stuff. And he'd go before the grand.
It's so like, as much as it's not necessary, it's absolutely necessary. But in that moment, like, it's just so unnecessary for him to take that shot. But it's so on point with Trump being Trump.
And, Comey, you have Comey, who's the worst, just a bad guy. But he went through a lot, and it actually made him tougher.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but he's a tough cookie, that one.
Yeah.
And it made, in his case, it made him tougher. Ivanka did a great job. She didn't want anything. All she wanted to do was get people jobs. I would have made her the ambassador to the UN. I wanted to do that. I think she would have been incredible, the whole aura. She would have been great, but she didn't want that. She didn't, and that would have been a very glamorous position.
Yeah.
She would have been great there. all she did is go to see companies and hire people. She wanted, and she hired, I think it was like 10 million people, some incredible amount of people. She'd go
Noted,
to Walmart,
Harley.
she'd go
Noted.
to Exxon, she'd go to these big companies and see if she could get groups of people hired. And she loved doing it. It was great. And there was no glamour, there was no anything, but she.
No booming Bob, no Snake Eyes watch party. Trump does not like that movie because Trump has very good taste. The best taste. He likes The Dark Knight Rises. Cajun Corey says, hail D-Day, Commodore, anchor down. Gabe says, Jeremy is my favorite streamer by far. Have only seen 3. Fat Vito, Beardo, and Jeremy. Awesome. Streaming quality bestest. Holy shit. That's an amazing compliment right there. Log says, I love this man so much. Talking about President Trump. Don't we all? Yes, Harley Dave, I will check that out. Thank you, brother. NDI says, fine, let's be mean. Beardo is a fig, and his hubby, Jeremy, a homosexual, is jealous of Ryan, who's mad he's still alive. Krista rocks, but Steph is hotter. There we go. All right. So we got all, as long as I'm being insulted, all is right with the world.
You got people jobs that made her.
So how do you instill the ambition in the kids? I think a lot of kids that grow up with wealth, they kind of are lazy and they feel like they have no direction in life. And a lot of times they turn to like drugs and other shit. How do you instill the ambition?
Well, you know, I've seen a lot of wealthy families where the kids are mostly don't work out too well. Some don't turn out to be bad kids, but they end up hating the father, or the father maybe wanted them in business. I mean, I have one father that's very competitive with his son. He's if the son were more successful than him,
he would hate it.
He would be unhappy. I said, are you crazy? It's supposed to be the other way around.
That's awesome.
My father was so proud of me. He was a successful guy. But my father wanted me to be more successful. I mean, he was so proud of all the things. I wish he could have seen what happened because we did things. But he was, you know, he's just a proud father.
What do you think?
And I think most fathers are that way. I hope that. But I've known many fathers that are very successful that didn't want that broke up over their son's success. If, you know, in the few cases where the son was more successful, which was very seldom, actually, you know, it's very seldom. You take people like in sports, because in sports you see it, because it's a microcosm of life, but it's quicker. And you'll take like the greatest golfers and they'll have a son and he'll be really good as a young, but they never supersede, almost, I can't think of any, they never supersede the father in terms of success. And in sports generally, baseball, you can go to a lot of different sports. And it really is a sort of a microcosm of life. But with life, it takes a lot longer to find out the end
Come to
result.
fruition.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we said you're a great father up top. First thing you say is, I've got great kids. You didn't take credit. And then your entire answer, and I thought this was really cool. Your entire answer is about how great your kids are. That was a very cool thing.
Thank you. That's very nice. I think I like this interview. I think, I think it's right. And by the way, congratulations. I hear your show is like is crazy monster success.
We're doing pretty good. We're very we're interviewing presidents.
It's really good. And right in the middle of a campaign with only 29 days to go. And you're taking up time.
I see a few people mentioning like King Griffey Jr. And then you got, you know, like Barry Bonds was better than his dad, but Ken Griffey Sr. and Barry Bonds, or was it Bobby Bonds was Barry's dad's name? I can't remember. Neither one of them were considered superstars. Neither one of them were like big time stars. So Trump like is right. Generally speaking, when you have like a famous father or a very successful father, typically there's like no, the son doesn't like, even like Dale Earnhardt Jr. Dale Earnhardt Jr. was 100% like the most popular NASCAR driver. He was not better than his dad. He just was not. He was nowhere near his dad. But now he was probably more popular just because of the, his charisma and the name recognition, and he handled who he was very well. But in terms of just talent, he was nowhere. He wasn't even the same, galaxy as his dad. So generally, I think what Trump's saying is 100% right.
Talk about your family.
Yeah, we're just complimenting
you know what it is? It's a different world out there. You guys and some others.
Yeah.
We had the standard television stuff for many years, and that's still, I think it's underrated now. I think it's still very important. But but there's a whole new thing. Elon interviewed me on something. and I think they said 275 million hits or
That's a
listeners.
lot. That's a
on
lot of
that.
people.
That was a
That's
record.
a nation. Yeah.
But it's a whole new, different way of
Can I ask you a question
getting the word out, right?
about Elon specifically? Is he your favorite African American?
He's a piece of work, I'll tell you. You know, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
He's obviously a brilliant guy.
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw the rocket engines come back, I said, what is that? Like a couple of years ago, I've seen rockets go up and then they crash into the water.
Yeah.
And I see the engines are coming back and they're landing.
It's unbelievable.
They're landing and they land on a raft in the middle of the ocean someplace with a little dot and they land right on the top of the spot.
And my wife can't parallel park.
I know. Most people can't. But no, he's great. But he's got a great heart. He was with me, as you know, on the other night.
Yeah.
And we were honoring a man who got killed at a rally, Corey, firefighter, great guy. And it was a beautiful evening. But Elon went out and he loved the crowd. He loves the country.
Yeah.
And he's picked a side. A lot of people don't want to pick a side. I have a lot of people that are big supporters of me.
Yeah.
But they won't go all out. You know, they can't.
They're scared.
Quite,
There's a
they're
cost.
scared. Yeah, there's a cost.
Yeah.
There is a cost, but there's also a liability. I mean, you know, some people, I respected a lot when this guy was up there doing jumping jacks. You got to vote for Trump. You got to vote.
He was jumping high.
He was jumping high.
He looked quite African.
When he jumped, he's in good shape. I'm looking at his waist. I'm saying, wait a minute, does he work out or something? But he had a great time. And you know, he's not out that much. He's probably maybe a little. Would you say he's a little reclusive? Possibly.
Yeah. He's also busy. He's got like 5 different
he's
companies.
very busy.
There's so much going on, man. You got Schultz making jokes about Africans. Trump did not pick up on the joke, but then Trump starts talking about how good a shape Elon Musk is in. There's so many layers to this.
See, and maybe a little reclusive. Yeah. But he had the greatest time. He was saying, look at these people. We had 100,000, more than 100,000 people.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was a record. It was nobody's ever seen. And it was really, it was a celebration of a life. And it was really a MAGA deal.
Yeah.
And he was a big MAGA person. His family was there. And 2 other people that were very badly hurt were also celebrated.
Yeah.
They were very badly hurt. They weren't actually expected to live.
Yeah.
And they lived. And they had incredible doctors. Some of those country doctors are better than the big doctors that we spend a lot of money on, and they don't do as good. I will tell you right now. I don't want to knock anybody, but those country doctors saved 2 people because I was told that 3 would. Don't think of that. 3 would be in trouble, and 3 were going to. Now Corey immediately, but the other 2 were so bad that they thought they wouldn't make it.
Yeah.
And those country doctors, they pulled them together. They did a great job.
Okay, so you're going back into this place where, you know, there was this assassination attempt. They hit you. Headshot.
Yeah.
You survive.
Yeah. It was not a good feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
Looks
scared?
better, by the way.
No, I'm not scared. You know, I have an attitude. It's interesting. It's sort of, it is what it is. Does that make any sense to you guys? You know, you do what you have to do. I felt it was important to go back. A lot of people, I guess, agreed with me because it was over 100. I think they said 108,000 people in the end. That's a lot of people.
Terrible.
And I had no guitar. You know, if you have a guitar, it's easy. When you don't have a guitar.
I thought you said Qatar.
Yeah. I have guitar. I do have that. They like me very much. But
dude, Trump is just on another level, dude. He just controls every environment he's in. Disco Cobra for 20. I mean, Trump feels like a man's man of the business world. He does have a better understanding of America, strong work ethic, and all that. He did get a nice start through his father and capitalized on that. Yeah, I mean, Trump got like a nice little boost from his dad. They try to overblow how much support he got from his dad early on, but ultimately it doesn't matter. Here we are, you know, with Trump being nearly 80 years old and he's still a billionaire. So whatever start he got from his dad, and I know you're not arguing that. I'm just saying, like, the people that hate him try to argue that that's the reason he's successful. It's like the dude is 80 and he's been a billionaire for as long as I've known who he is. So clearly the dude knows what he's doing. Yeah, he took a little bump from his dad and turned it to billions and billions of dollars. And Arguably the most famous person. I'd say he's the most famous person in my lifetime. Let's see. Michael Gorzik says, God, I hope Trump wins. Jeremy, I will be watching your stream on election night. By the way, The Last Jedi sucks. Thanks for your honesty and coverage. Been watching from the beginning. Best streamer ever. There was so much nice in there, but then you have to end it with like best streamer ever. I am literally the worst streamer. Please, please, please. Your mic's audio started crackling. Really? Has it? Let me know. Love Dog says Trump can do it all while playing the accordion to boot. That's Trump.
But I don't have a guitar.
Yeah, you have the
right?
guitar. Yeah.
So anyway, but that was it was amazing. I mean, I like it when somebody like Elon, who has a lot to lose, is willing to do what's right.
Yeah.
Some people know it's right to do, and I'm not just talking about endorsements and all, but they don't want to do things because they're
they don't want it to cost them opportunities.
The word is
political.
they want to be politically correct, and actually they're doing a bad thing. I think for themselves and for a lot of people they may represent.
Okay, opening line when you walk out there.
So, right.
I mean,
I was wondering what you were going to say, and as a comedian, you can seize the moment.
Yeah,
and
he was a hell of a comedian, by the way.
I appreciate
That's
that.
what the word is.
So I hear you go. I hear I see the video, and you go up there and you go, as I was saying.
Right.
Crowd goes fucking berserk, or what?
They went, I would say, crazy.
Yeah.
And I wasn't
Biggest
sure.
pop music experience.
Yeah, I'll tell you how you have this as a comedian, or even not as a comedian. Just when you make a speech, or you make some very serious statement.
Yeah.
So we're at a very serious and somber thing
Event,
because we're celebrating a life that is no longer with us. And I wasn't sure whether or not that thing, I had it in my mind for a long time. Once I said I'm going back, which I wanted to go back immediately, I wanted to actually finish my speech, okay? When I got up, I said, let me finish my speech. But I'm surrounded by like 8 very large, strong men and a very wonderful woman. You saw that.
Yeah.
But I'm surrounded by guys. They said, sir, no way, go. And I have blood pouring down, but I really wanted to finish my speech. I said, I think I had like 50,000. I had a lot of people there.
Yeah.
And, when I went down, it was sort of like embarrassed. I said, I went down in front of all these people. That was my first thing. I don't want to be embarrassed.
You were embarrassed that you went down after being shot?
Well, you weren't exactly sure what the hell was happening at first,
But also, you came back up with the fist raise. That's one of the hardest pictures.
But I was also,
Did you hear them say he's down, or were you just
when I got hit, I assume that it's funny.
Is it?
When I was down there, it is sort of strange. I guess now it's a little bit, we can smile a little bit, but not really, because the 3 guys, 1 killed, two very badly hit.
All right, so far, 14 minutes in, this is one of the best Trump interviews I have seen. It's probably not going to hit the level of, God, I'm drawing a blank now. What's his name? The one interview he did with the comedian. I don't watch him that much. Only watched him. Somebody says his name, I'm going to know it. Not Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross one was good. Theo Vaughn. Yeah. Theo Vaughn was the best interview Trump has ever done. That is hands down the best interview Trump has ever done. This one's rivaling it, though. This one is rivaling the Theo Vaughn interview so far. This is a really good interview.
Yeah.
But when I went down, I had total realization. It wasn't a surreal. They talked about a surreal. That could be a surreal experience. Like when something happens, some traumatic thing happens, people they lose focus. They have no idea where they are. I've heard many people where that happens. Something really terrible happens that. It was just the opposite. I knew exactly what had happened. I got shot in the ear, and Secret Service thought I may have been shot. Actually, they were pretty sure that I was shot all over, because there was a lot of blood. Just a little fact, if you get shot in the ear, it's the bloodiest place. It bleeds more than anything else.
Oh, wow.
Now, it's good to be shot this way, not that way.
Yeah.
That way,
Yeah,
that's
no,
bad.
bad.
So if I don't turn, I would be doing this right now, guaranteed.
Guys, I got some stand-up shows coming up for the Life Tour. These are the remaining shows of the Life Tour. This weekend we'll be in Minneapolis and
If you don't know, the rule is if I'm reacting to somebody's content, we let the grift happen.
Milwaukee. We're going to Denver the following week. We have added a third show there. Also going to Cincinnati that weekend. We had a second show there. Rama, Ontario as well. We're also going to be going to Salt Lake City. We added a second show there. Reno, we have 2 shows. San Jose, we added a second show. Portland, and then we're wrapping up the tour December 21st in Honolulu, Hawaii at the Blythedale Arena. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming out to this tour. It's been absolutely incredible. TheAndrewSchultz.com for tickets. Don't get by the resellers. Go grab those. I will see you out there. Thank you so much. Peace.
Also, show dates. October 10th, we got a show tomorrow. It's sold out. You can't come. October 17th through 19th, I'm at the Stress Factory. We already sold out 6 shows. We're adding a 7th. Hurry up and buy those tickets. I keep telling you, it will sell out. I'm in India, essentially. It's New Jersey. These tickets are selling out like hot cakes, hot jalebi, if you will. October 17th, we added a 4:30 p.m. show. That's how crazy it is. Buy those fucking tickets. I said the 17th, I'm at the 19th. Also, 25th, 26th, I'm in Richmond, Virginia. Hurry up and buy those tickets. November 1st and 2nd, buy those tickets. I'm in Lexington, Kentucky. All those dates are at DockerSting.com. Also, I'm still at Fan Bases doing the damn thing. If you want to place your bets with stake, I'm going to get picks from betting experts. You suck at gambling. Be honest with yourself for once in your life. You ain't won shit in your life. And I know this because I probably know sports more than most of y'all, and I still be losing.
I just did a Google search because I saw Elon Musk tweet something out earlier. I just did a Google search of flagrant podcast Trump. The first result is The Hill. And the headline is podcast host laugh when Trump describes himself as basically a truthful person. Fuck the media. Fuck the media.
Losing. So I just steal these guys' picks because they're professional cappers, they call them. That means they're professional gamblers. This is a little euphemism. Anyway, I'm also going to talk some sports on there. We're going to live stream this Thursday, do a little live stream during the Thursday night football game. We're just going to have some fun, talk some sports. If you missed that, come see me, Fan Basis. Let's get back to the show.
My son, Don, told me, actually, he's a great shooter. So is Eric. They're great shooters. They're like better than Scratch, okay, if you use
yeah.
And they say it's amazing because it was 130 yards. To me, that sounds like far away, but it's not. For shooting, it's not. He said that would be like sinking a 1-foot putt for just a decent shooter.
Wow.
And I don't know if you guys are shooters, but they said if you're a shooter, it's almost impossible to miss. It's that close. It's really considered that close. I mean, 300, 400, 500 yards is very doable, but this is supposed to be very close. And so he said, I think Don became more religious, actually, you want to know the truth. It had a big impact. He said, it's impossible. The doctor, actually, when I got to the hospital, they were fantastic, Butler Hospital. I get there, and the doctor greeted me, and he looked at me and looked it over. He said, you are the luckiest man I've ever met.
Wow.
He said, you should immediately go out and buy a lotto ticket. Can you imagine? He's telling me to buy a lotto ticket. There's blood all over the place. And he said, I've been doing this for 25 years. He said, I've never seen a thing like this.
Wow.
Because it's just whacked it. But it was something that was, relatively not so bad compared to what could have happened. So I feel very lucky. It was an amazing experience, a horrible experience in most ways. In some ways, it was beautiful because I was somehow, I hopefully Corey's protected too, who's the firefighter, and he's in a good place, maybe a better place than we're in here, because this world is a little bit on the tough side. But it was an amazing experience.
Do you feel like a increase in your spirituality after something like
Well, maybe, especially when I'm hearing from people that do shoot and are good at it, that it was almost impossible to miss from, like a 1-foot putt.
You start to
very
believe.
hard. You got to miss it. That's a bad putt, right?
Hayden Wayne for 50 says, you may hate the media, but you don't hate the media and journalists enough, chat. We content creators are the media now. We absolutely are. 100%. Hayden Wayne in the house. Thank you, Hayden. I appreciate that.
he equated it to a 1 foot putt. When they say that, I say, wow, that's so, you're saying, they said a bad shooter would hit you from that distance 100% of the time.
Wow.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
And here I am. We're doing this wonderful interview with four geniuses that are hot as pistols, right? Good hair on this guy.
Likewise, sir.
Pretty good stuff you got there. So anyway, but here we are.
Who do you think tried to take you out?
So I'm going to give you some big breaking news, right?
Love that.
Because I know the kind of show and it's entertainment, but it's also very serious. I mean, I get the whole picture. And you know what? If it was just funny stuff, you wouldn't have the success you've got, to be honest with you, right?
Yeah.
It's nice to intersperse it, but I'll give you something. So first of all, I have great respect for the Secret Service and the guys that were with me. I went down and I did a good job going down because those bullets were winging over my head. If I would have been up for another couple of seconds, I also wouldn't have been here. But I didn't consider that as lucky as turning to the right at that one. It was like 1/16 of a second.
Yeah.
Was the only time that I was safe, essentially.
Right.
If I would have gone a little further, I would have been hit. If I would have.
I like how Andrew Schultz can't stop smiling when Trump is talking, because Trump is just such an entertaining person. Pure charisma. And Schultz just can't stop smiling.
Gone not as far, I would have been hit. I mean, I had like this little tiny moment. And the amazing thing is the sign is always on my left and it's always at the end. And I only use it 20% of the time, maybe even less than that.
Somebody says, why won't he go on Crowder, damn it? Why would he need to go on Crowder? Who watches Crowder that isn't already voting for Trump? He needs to be doing more stuff like this. He doesn't be talking to Crowder. He doesn't be talking to me. He doesn't be talking to, conservative people or people that are going to vote for him. He needs to be talking with people like this, that's going to expand to an audience that's not already familiar with him. So he 100% does not need to go to Crowder.
This was a chart. Right. This was a chart on immigration because I have the record. I did a great job in immigration. They are not doing too well right now.
Stay on the breaking news. Stay on the breaking news.
So here's the breaking. So you have this shooter and you have another shooter, right? Yeah. So this shooter had 3 or so cell phones. The FBI's never gotten them opened.
Wow.
The other shooter, 3 apps, they call them. And I believe they were foreign-based apps, from what I understand.
Oh, wow.
They haven't opened them, and they're foreign-based. And, you hear all about Iran, because I was rough with Iran, but I want to see Iran do great.
Yeah.
But I want to stop all the killing and all this. And I was rough on Iran, and they supposedly have a hit on me. In fact, I think it takes great courage for you people to be interviewing me, because it could be now,
Yeah. Well, we didn't know that before we got in here.
No, if you would have known that, you might not have done this.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, this is a good way of me getting the interview to be short. Exactly. All of a sudden, he's going to say, okay, that's it. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Go see my daughter.
Yeah. They have 3 apps, and foreign-based, 2 of them, maybe 3 of them are foreign-based. They haven't opened them yet. Why wouldn't you open them when you hear about Iran or when you hear about, foreign? Then the other one had 6 cell phones, and they haven't opened. Now, it's very hard to open a cell phone. Only Apple can do it in theory, unless you have somebody. But they had no problem getting the J6 people's cell phones open. They opened their cell phones very quickly. We have 2 countries in a way. What's happening here is very bad. It's very dangerous. We almost had one, because I had the greatest economy in the history of our country, and people were coming together. We almost had one. But we really do have 2 right now, and it's a shame, because I think we'll get them together. Success will bring us together, but they should get those phones opened. And, when there's an assassination attempt on a former president who's now, I'm proud to say, leading in all the polls against the Democrat, I don't know which one is running. You don't know what the hell's going on. I'm the only one that had to run against 2. I run against 2 Democrats, but this is a first. We create a lot of firsts. Usually you run against somebody. Here I run. I had the debate. I was way up on him.
Yeah.
And then they say, let's put this is like with Dana White, a fighter. So you're fighting, and the one guy's getting killed. And they say, that's okay. Let's put in another fighter to finish it off. Okay. And you're fighting to say, hey, wait a minute, I have a brand new fighter in here.
WWE.
I spent $150 million on beating Biden. And then all of a sudden I hear that they're going to overthrow him. It was a coup. I mean, it really was. But I would like them to open up these apps and find out what's in there. And so he had six cell phones. Who has 6 cell phones?
Mm-hmm.
Having 6 cell phones is weird. I have cell phones. If I ever have 2, it's like a lot.
Yeah.
I
He
have
had 6
2.
cell phones. Why does he have them? And why haven't they opened up those cell phones?
So if you had to
and
guess,
it's different. You know, if you're a drug dealer, I think it's terrible in many ways, but I guess from another standpoint, Apple, the primary group, people buy those phones because they will never open them for any reason. But they got them open on J6. You know, they opened up their phones.
Well, technically, I have 3 actually. Okay? So I've got. Oh crap! I didn't even know this one's sitting over here. So I have 3 phones. I have 1, my primary Android, 2, my backup Android, and then I have a shitty fucking iPhone that's not connected. So my iPhone has. So I just hotspot in on my actual phones that have a signal. But technically, I have 2 that are connected.
But they don't open. And this is big stuff. This is an assassination attempt. And it could involve other countries. Right?
There was that San Bernardino shooter that they hacked. The FBI was able to hack into the phone. Apple didn't give it up, but they were able to
There are
hack in.
some people in the world, very few, that have an ability to sometimes be able to hack in.
Got it.
Very rarely, actually.
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing when you think that with all the genius, you almost can't do it. But Apple has a key. And the key is, I mean, they can do it immediately.
Yeah.
But they don't do it. And they don't do it. And that's one of the reasons that, like, I hate to say it, drug lords feel very confident that they'll never be exposed. And they use their cell phones.
Somebody says you could just say iPhone. Shitty is implied. That is a fantastic comment.
They're Apple phones, and maybe it's that way with other companies. I don't know. They have Samsung. They have other companies. But it's very hard. Apple's very strong on that. But when it comes to the assassination of a president, leading candidate, former president, all that, I think the rules have to go out and they have to open those things and they have to find out.
Agreed.
And
in terms of national security,
some people would say you have to either punish Apple or you have to get somebody that can do it. But in terms of national security, so the one guy has 6 phones, lots of messages to people. Who are those people he's calling when he's hiding behind a bush?
So if you had to guess, I'm sure obviously you've thought about this a lot. It's an assassination attempt. If you had to guess, who do you think is responsible?
These are great questions. What the hell? I don't get these questions from the fake news.
Rosie O'Donnell's not asking
like
this.
Deface the Nation. They have the woman on Brennan. She's on Deface the Nation. She was terrible with the way she handled J.D. Vance, who did a great job the other night.
He did do a great job.
But I don't get questions like that. Did you ever hear of the show Deface? Ladies and gentlemen, it's Donald Trump on Deface the Nation. It's called Face the Nation. They hate me. They spend millions of dollars.
They would name a show that?
Oh, I see. You didn't hear it, but that's good. They spend millions of dollars on the name CBS. Yeah. And then I come along and I say it's Face the Nation. Well done. Or Meet the Fake Press. Meet the press.
You're good at this.
I say Meet the Fake Press.
Yeah.
And they spend all this money, and then I say it once, and it goes to millions of people. Yeah. But no, they are fake. But some of these questions are much better.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm honored.
Much better.
You still haven't answered, though.
That was the best dodge of the question.
That's your second best dodge in your life.
You almost charmed us out of it.
Trying to get out of it.
All right, fair enough.
Well, look, if you look at assassinations or attempts, first of all, you realize I'm in a very dangerous business.
Yeah.
Okay? Because 1/10, think of this, 1/10 of 1% of auto races die.
Yep.
Bull riders, I think that's pretty dangerous, right?
Yeah.
I don't know much about it, but I think I wouldn't want to be on one of those suckers.
No.
Yeah.
I see them flying off and the hoof is like an inch from the eye. And when it hits the eye, you're gone,
Game
right?
over. Yeah.
And they are well, it's about the same. 1/10 of 1%.
Yeah.
And other things. It's never much more than that. That's sort of maxed out, I think.
Yeah.
Race car drivers, bull riders, I think that's pretty much tough.
Yeah.
UFC fighters, it's none. I don't think anyone's ever actually.
Not in UFC, in MMA or boxing.
Maybe.
Unfortunately,
It must
there was
be.
those tragic events. Yeah.
Amazingly, boxers die a lot. But UFC, Dana tells me it's a safe sport. I say, to me, it's much rougher. But, it's pretty amazing. They've never, in UFC, they've never lost. And they run a great operation. Nobody's died. But with presidents, it's like, a substantial percentage.
Way higher than we
When
realize.
you look at Lincoln and Kennedy and this and that, I mean,
attempts,
you go
Reagan.
through McKinley.
Yep. Garfield.
You look at a lot of people. I'm in a very dangerous
business
profession.
Yeah.
I call it a profession.
Yes.
I'm in a dangerous profession.
I like that.
I'm sitting with you guys. You have a very nice, safe life. Me?
Yeah.
So no, if you said 5%.
Then you called us soft.
No,
Yeah,
but think
I'm fine
of
with
it. Yeah, but think of it. 5%.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's high.
That's a lot.
I
And
think I think even the attempts is something like
Attempts?
25%.
Yeah.
Of
attempts
presidents have
is
had
getting
attempt.
into really
It's crazy.
crazy numbers. So people don't think of that. You know, you run and you see, and then you win, and you're down Pennsylvania, and you're looking at everything. So you're in a
That's the danger
dangerous
starts.
profession.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things. I was saying before, though, that, you know, I do a thing called a weave.
Yeah.
And there are those that are fair that say, this guy is so genius. And then others would say, oh, he rambled. I don't ramble. If I start a story, what you do is you weave things and you do it. You have to have certain things. You need an extraordinary memory because you have to come back to where you started.
Yes.
You always, a weave is only good
They
if
don't
you
give you
come
credit
back.
for that.
Yeah, it's true.
Then you could go all the way over here and then
I
get
can
back.
go so far here or there, and I can come back to exactly where I started. Now, someday when you don't come back to where you started,
You're Biden.
then you say, no, but the weave is the way. When you're telling like a story, I was telling a story at a rally the other day in front of thousands of people, and I started off, and then
You were weaving them up.
something in the story,
Bro.
I actually mentioned Air Force One. It was Air Force One was there. So I mentioned Air Force One, and then I said how I got $1.6 billion off the price of Air Force One. So, but then you have to come back to the story. Where was Air Force One taking you?
That's
So anyway,
awesome.
I do a weave. I call it the weave. And some people think it's so genius, but the bad people, what they say is,
The bad
people. He was rambling. It's not a ramble. There's no rambling.
This is a
with it.
weave.
This is a weave. I
Yeah.
call it the weave. Good name. I'm not sure. That's another name. We had fake news.
Yeah,
We came
yeah.
up with lots of names.
Yeah.
But I think we should make the weave a part of that
Yeah.
stable.
Yeah, you really weaved away to answering my question twice.
That's brilliant.
So
I don't even want to know the answer
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah,
I'm going to keep weaving.
I lost interest.
We'll weave back.
Yeah.
Let's weave back to his question. This is where it started. So we'll weave back to his. I sort of hate answering it because
Yeah.
I don't want to give any false identities. I don't want to do anything having to do with creating something that isn't there.
Mm-hmm.
You would look at Iran. Iran has an open threat out for me, and
Right.
that's bad. And Biden, if he were a real president, if he were the kind of guy he should be, should say, if anybody shoots a former president who's now the leading candidate,
Valid.
even though he's leading against Democrats, we will bomb that country into oblivion. And it would stop.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been said before with some people. You know, there have been people, I
Yep.
won't go into it, but there have been people that have been threatened in another party even. In the same party, it makes sense and probably happens pretty quickly. But
Yeah.
in another party, you know, it's hard for them to
cross the
to
line.
want to protect me.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be hard. Other people have protected other people. And what you have to inform those people is if they do it, the country will be blown to smithereens. The entire country will be blown to smithereens. And those threats go away because that's a really bad threat for a country. Forget about me. I'm an individual, but I represent something very important. That's a really terrible threat.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are others that could be in that category. Look, I took in hundreds of billions of dollars from China at a level that no president took in anything. I had tariffs on China, took in hundreds of billions of dollars. They're still there. That without me, they wouldn't have those tariffs on. So you could say, but no, I think Iran would be the one.
All right, guys, let's take a break for a second because we got to shout out the greatest law firm in America.
Morgan & Morgan, they're out of Florida, if I'm not mistaken. Trump is crushing it right now. Trump is absolutely crushing it. This is fantastic. I'm loving every single bit of this so far. So we are going to let Andrew Schultz get his grift in, but this is so good. And I'll catch up on your super chats too.
When life tries to slam you with an injury, it might be time to tap in to Morgan & Morgan. And because they've got your back, I'm excited to announce that they're offering one lucky listener $2,000 and 2 tickets to WWE's Royal Rumble. Now, entering to win is easy. Let me tell you, all you have to do right now is text flagrant to For the People and follow the text prompts. Good luck. Maybe we'll see you there at WrestleMania. Now let's get back to the show.
All right, guys, I'm going to do this ad read again because Miles really doesn't want me to, and I want to add to his workload. You got to know about Cook Unity, man. It's a meal delivery service where meals are actually prepared by award-winning professional chefs. Every meal is prepared in small batches to ensure the highest level of quality in culinary craft. How do I know this? I don't know. Maybe there's a little collaboration coming. Front to back. There are hundreds of weekly menus.
So if you're just tuning in, I always let the ad reads go when I'm reacting to content because it's only the right thing to do. And so that's why I do it, because I respect my fellow content creators.
Items you can choose from, dozens of global cuisines, and they got an app that offers a seamless experience to make ordering and planning as easy, pain-free as possible. This is the only meal delivery service that offers you cooking without compromise. You don't got to cook. Professional chefs do the cooking, but you get top-tier quality, variety, convenience, and it's as little as $6 per meal. And if you visit cookunity.com, for Flagrant listeners, you get 50% off your first order and 10% off your next 3 weeks. All you got to do is sign up at cookunity.com/flagrant. Guys, that's all you got to do, cookunity.com/flagrant. And again, keep an eye out. Your boy might have a little something cooking. Let's get back to the show.
I was tough with other countries, but I got along very well with them. But, you know, we were like.
All right, let me catch up on a few supers before we continue on. We got Red Mage for 20. Says Trump just seems like a lot of fun to sit down and have a drink with. He knows how to tell a story and keep engaging. He really does, man. The guy is just, he is a once in a lifetime personality. It's really awesome to see. Marlena for 10 says somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a grifter. Heard of a homosexual guy. Thank you, Marlena. Meatwad says, I found a subreddit called Zero Coof. It's nothing but NPCs daily having meltdowns over a 5-year-old thing. You'd think they'd get tired of it by now, but Reddit is a Venus trap of unhinged Democrats. Yeah, man, Reddit's a wild place full of very deranged people. Disco Cobra for 10 says Apple might be more solid with security as of now. That people forget about the iCloud leak of 2014, which happened 2 times. I don't know the details, but I'm sure they beefed up security. Yeah, I don't really remember that. I'm not a fan of Apple at all. But they are popular. They are popular. And I know that probably half the audience has their Apple iPhone. I don't like Apple. Dave Nunn says, Snake Eyes EFAP, I'll send a better super. No amount of money is worth that. No amount of money. Indy I says, I take it back. You're hotter than Steph. MAGA 2024. Philip Butler says, Archie Manning. In some families, it runs true. Yeah, I would say Archie might be one. Yeah, because Archie was a pretty big star, and then Peyton became a bigger star. Yeah, I mean, there's exceptions to every rule, but generally speaking, Trump is right. Eric K says, thank goodness for Dr. Quinn, medicine woman. NDI says, I like seeing Trump in his element. I feel like it's healthy for Trump to stop politics, kinda, and just chill with some buddies. Love you, Fig. Trump 47. Jared Armstrong says, he's not 80, Jeremy. He's a young, vibrant man. Jason J says, breaking news or breaking reports, some top House Democrats will not commit to certifying a Trump victory. Axios, read that twice. Yeah, I mean, they've already, we know that, like, again, man, dude is going to be an absolute, it's going to be a shit show. It's going to be a shit show after Trump wins. It's going to be crazy. Is Krista here? Everyone say hello to Krista Beep in the house. 16-bit mascot says, ahoy, Jared. Thanks for building Geeks and Gamers into what it is. Cheers, brother. Thank you. Appreciate that. Den Hawkins says, we have been training MCU fan in Fortnite, patiently waiting for you to do Fortnite member games so MCU fan can wreck you. Are you up for the challenge? I'm not worried about MCU fan. MCU fan can't do anything. Michaela says, hey boss, just wanted to let you know that Savage Talk is safe and no flooding. His power is still out, but he can get a generator tomorrow. Nice. All right, happy to hear that. Happy to hear that. Let's see. Modalicious says, oof, talking bad about people with multiple cell phones is gonna go over like an Israel pager. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody's going to find any offense to that. Unseen Dimensions. Remember who started the compliments. You're welcome. No more compliments. I'm going to ban everybody. Cartoon Post says, we should make I voted for Trump trend on X on election day so they can say no one, so they cannot say no one voted for Trump. I'm sure that will be a huge movement.
Like a pussycat, we were ripped off by every nation in the world. And some of the worst rippers were our so-called allies, people that countries that we supposedly get along with us with, but they're the ones that took advantage of us on trade at a level like, I mean, I ended some of the dumbest trade deals I've ever seen and made them much better for the country. I mean, what difference does it make? I took a terrible trade deal, would make it a good trade deal. But like Japan, I redid the trade deal. South Korea, I did the trade, the deals. I went to Abe of Japan. I said, Shinzo, he was assassinated. He was, as you probably know, he's incredible, great man. He was a great leader for the people. They loved him. I said, Shinzo, look, we can't do this. The trade deal is so bad. We're friends, but I have to renegotiate the trade deal. And he said to me, I knew that would happen. I said, why did you know? Because you're right. It's so one-sided.
Wow.
It's like he said, I knew you'd catch us. But they went through many presidents where Japan was, as an example, they'll send us millions of cars. We're not allowed to send them any. They send us their farm product. We were sending them practically nothing. It was like a one-way. Everything was one way. And by the way, virtually China was the worst, but there were many countries almost as bad. The European Union was almost as bad, in my opinion. It sounds nice. Oh, the European Union is so nice. They were ruthless in their trading. And I said to Angela Merkel, how many Chevrolets do we have in the middle of Berlin? Why? I don't believe any. I said, you're right. And yet we take in all of that. We take in Mercedes-Benz and BMW, and we take in all of this Volkswagen. We're taking in all of these millions and millions of cars. I say, how many American cars are in the middle of Munich or Berlin? And the answer is none. And I had things change around. So, you could say, I think that the answer would be, at this moment, Iran. And I think they could catch him. And if we had a real president, which we don't have a real president. We have a man that is grossly inept, and it's very dangerous because these guys are all at the top of their game. When you talk about President Xi and you talk about any one of the leaders in the world, Macron, and he's a smart guy. He's all for France. I mean, he would take the shirt off your back if you didn't know what you were doing.
So when you're with these guys, are these guys all sharks?
Yeah.
And you can sense the energy immediately?
Yeah, not all of them, but some of them aren't sharks in terms.
How are you assessing personality?
Okay, well, I can tell you, like,
great.
Modi, India.
Yeah.
He's a friend of mine. He's great. He's the nicest.
India. This is for you.
Oh, good. Well, I'll tell you. Do you like him or not?
Yeah.
Do you like him?
I have family on both sides of it.
Okay,
I have
well,
family
let
that
me
loves
tell-
everything and family
I'll just
that's
tell
not.
you. You need him. I know. Well, they had, before him, they were replacing him every year. It was very unstable. He came along.
He's in a lot.
He's great. He's a friend of mine. But on the outside, he looks like he's your father. He's the nicest, total killer. Because I asked him.
Yeah.
We're talking. They did a thing called Howdy Modi in Houston, Texas.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And they filled up the stadium. It was me and him.
Yeah.
We filled up the stadium. It was beautiful. Like 80,000 people was going crazy. And we're walking around today. Maybe I wouldn't be as, maybe you wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But we're walking in the middle, waving to everybody. Anyway, but we have a very good relationship. He's the nicest human being. But we had a couple of occasions where somebody was threatening India. I said, let me help. I'm very good with those people. Let me help. I will do it. I will do it. And I will do anything necessary. We've defeated them for hundreds of years.
Wow.
He was talking about a certain country. Okay?
Yeah.
You can probably guess the country.
Yeah. Can't fathom which.
You know the country.
Yeah.
But I said, whoa, what happened there? So, no, they're all tough and they're all smart. And some are very good people. He's a good person. There's some are good people and some aren't good people. But they're all at the top of their game. And we have her, who is now more important than him, I guess, although he's still president of this country. And we're talking about nuclear war, and he's not capable. He doesn't even know what it is. He said yesterday when they talked about should they hit Iran's nuclear, no, you shouldn't do that. I said, no, it's sort of just the opposite, because the nuclear is the biggest threat we have in the world today. It's not global warming where the oceans are rising 1/8 of an inch in the next 500 years. The threat that we have, the biggest threat, is nuclear war.
You seem concerned about that.
I am, because it only takes one. I am.
Very true.
There are 5 countries now that have capability, and soon they'll have more. And we shouldn't let there be more. And I was at a point very good, despite the Russia hoax. It was a total hoax, and we were totally exonerated and everything else. I could have told them that the first day, but that causes a lot of problems. A lot of problems, and they're a big nuclear power. We were close to a deal for getting rid of nuclear weapons. It would be so good
for all countries, or just Russia.
We were talking about Russia, ourselves, and China.
Oh wow!
And we would then bring everyone else into it. And
so you all
strongly,
would get rid of your nuclear capabilities.
Denuclearize, yes. We were going to get rid
totally
of nuclear because it's too powerful. It's too much. My uncle, Dr. John Trump, was
country doctor.
Dr. John Trump. Well, he was a nuclear doctor, actually. He was at MIT. He's the longest serving professor at MIT. He passed away, great guy. He was a brilliant guy, a brilliant scientist. And he used to tell me, he said, a long time ago, he'd say, Donald, someday, it's very dangerous, somebody will be able to carry a small briefcase into a building in New York and blow up the entire city.
Oh, wow.
I said, you gotta be kidding me, Uncle John. That will never happen. He was like a really brilliant guy. He was there for, I think, 41 years. He's the longest serving professor in the history of MIT.
Oh, wow.
So when I understand physics and when I understand things well, they say, how come there's good genetics. I'm a believer. Are you guys believers in that? Were your parents funny? Were they comedians?
My mom's side was is Scottish, and
fellow Scottish.
Scottish women tend to be.
My mom.
I was going to ask you about that.
And she was great.
Is that where you get your humor from?
Well, I'll tell you what. England at the time they fought them for 1,000 years trying to get them under toe. They couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it.
They're very tough. That reminds me of my mother. Come to think of it. Now, my mother was great. She was Stornoway. The Hebrides, right? That's that's really serious Scottish. But she was great. But it is true when you see Braveheart. That was one of many times, for hundreds.
Did you watch that with your mom by any chance?
No, I didn't. I didn't get to. I'll tell you, I saw Braveheart. I think Mel Gibson is a very good guy. I've met him a number of times. Good guy. But I'll tell you, that was super Mel Gibson in his prime.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I was on a plane.
Yeah, dude was
and there
next
was
level.
Absolutely nothing to do. It was one of these planes that you couldn't make calls. You couldn't do. And they had tapes.
That's all planes for us.
And they showed me they showed me, sir, we have 20 tapes. And I looked at the tapes and they were all and this was like 20 years after it was made. This was probably 6 years ago. I never saw Braveheart.
Okay.
And they showed me a tape. I said, all right, let's put that one on. And within about 4 minutes, I said, this may be the greatest movie I've ever seen.
It's incredible.
In 4 minutes.
No, I'm not a Braveheart fan. But you've seen it.
Oh, dude, I saw it with my mom. She was emotional for like a week.
I wish I saw it with my mother. But it was great.
Was that your Braveheart moment, like after getting shot when you stood up?
No. You don't think of that in those moments. You do what you do.
Thank God you weren't thinking about Mel Gibson.
No, but he's good. But he was when he in prime time. He was
unbelievable.
I mean, at that his look, his way, you couldn't have had a better guy playing it. But that was a great movie. So, but it is true, England and at the time for 1,000 years. I mean, they'd have. and they'd have the battles with thousands or once a thousand, and they run at each other. Tell me that. You think that takes guts? They run at each other.
I think
knowing they're going to pretty much die, right?
The Roman army built walls to keep out the Scottish when they were up in England.
Yeah. They were afraid of the Scottish.
They were afraid.
The Scottish people, they're tough people. They're good people. Actually, they're very great people, but they're good fighters.
But your mom was funny.
She was funny, yes.
That's what I hear. I hear
she had a great sense of humor, and my father loved my mother. You know, they were married for
polar opposites, though.
Yeah, my father was German,
serious,
but good. He was a tough guy, but he had a good heart. When he walked down the street, and they would say we could walk down the street, he would always give something to. If there was somebody that had problems, they used to have the can and a pencil. You know, the can out. My father would always put $100 in that thing.
wow.
He'd always do it. Now he had a tremendous heart, but he was a tough guy. He was tough. He was just like no nonsense. It was firm. My mother was a woman, and I don't know how your mother felt, but she loved the Queen. Don't forget, the Queen was, the Queen was great. Oh, would she have liked? Because the Queen honored me before she died.
Really?
She honored me as the president in Buckingham Palace. And there's nobody that does it like the English. There's nobody that has that, the pomp and ceremony. But my mother would have loved that. Your mother, so did she feel?
All right, so we're 45 minutes in, and this interview is now rivaling the Theo Von interview. I mean, this is really fucking good stuff, man. This is really good. And not only that, but it just shows Trump's ability to be able to work into any environment. He can have a conversation with literally anybody. There's nobody this man can't talk to. He's such a regular guy while also being a larger than life personality. It's unbelievable. It really is. So this is a phenomenal interview, and it's trending in the direction of being better than the Theo Von interview, if that's possible.
Feel strongly about like the royalty?
I think they're obsessed with the royal family out there, like in general.
Your mother would have been.
She was really into all the pageantry for sure.
My mother was.
Yeah.
My mother thought the Queen was great.
Yeah.
She thought the Queen was so wonderful.
Some of my family hates the English, though.
I know.
There's some history there.
I know. But a lot of it's a hard breakup. They tried to break up Scotland from the rest of the empire, so to speak,
because they got some oil,
and it made it by about like a half a point.
Yeah,
they kept it together. So I hope it stays together. I hope it always stays together. But England, as they say, because it used to be England, but England never could. And they were bigger.
Yeah,
and they had more people.
Yeah,
they could never finish it off by capturing Scotland. So it's really sort of.
They ended up having to marry together.
They married.
Yeah,
they became sort of subsidiaries, right?
I guess, yeah.
But it was great. That's interesting with your mother.
Guys, that little chunk of this scintillating conversation with President Trump
it's so good. And I know that there's a lot of discussion about Trump going on Joe Rogan. Listen, man, I guess I'll leave I'll leave the door slightly open for the idea that Rogan can win me over, but I'm like 95% convinced that Joe Rogan's a fucking coward. At this point, the only reason Joe Rogan would interview Trump is because everybody else has done it and it's convenient for him now. Joe Rogan said years ago, point blank, he doesn't want Donald Trump on his show. He doesn't like Donald Trump. He doesn't want to help Donald Trump. That's exactly what Joe Rogan said. Joe Rogan said, point blank, I don't want to help him. I don't want him on my show. I have declined him multiple times. If Joe Rogan has him on now, 3 weeks before the election, because every fucking body else has had him, it just shows that Joe Rogan is doing it because it's now easy for him to do it because he was scared of the backlash. Pathetic and cowardly, in my opinion.
And when you do your gamble, you're doing it with our partner Stake. Thank you so much. Let's get back to the show. Okay, so the humor comes from there, maybe some other things, because I think that's one thing that there's bipartisan support for you is even the people that are like, I don't like that guy, will go, hey, he's funny now. He says the funny things. Have you heard this before about it?
Yeah, I've heard it.
It's very disarming humor.
Yeah, but in my business, in what I do, if you don't have humor, you won't even survive.
Wait, why is that?
Because I think you have to have a light side.
Somebody says, hang on. Joe Rogan talks about a thing that Trump does that he loves. His Trump hate is not genuine. Then he's not genuine. That is a cope beyond belief. That is not a justification. There's a lot of Joe Rogan fans that are trying to cope with this shit. If his Trump hate is not genuine, then he's not genuine. And that just goes to it exactly what I fucking said. That it's bullshit. So if his Trump hate is not genuine, then he's not genuine. Joe Rogan he's playing the safest way possible. He's being a fucking coward. Now, bottom line, would I be happy that Trump goes on his show? Yes, because it will put more attention on Trump, which is all I care about. But it's still not going to make me change my tune on Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan has played this like a fucking coward. An absolute fucking left-wing coward is what he's played this like. I'm not saying he's a left-wing coward. I'm saying he's played this like one because he couldn't take the backlash of helping Trump. So by his own standard, anybody that he's ever had on his show, he is basically co-signing everything they've ever done. Because his reason, he told whoever the fucking guy is, Lex Fridman, whatever his name is, he point blank told Lex, I don't want Trump on my show. I do not want to help him. His team has requested it multiple times, and we declined it multiple times. Now, if he has him on his show 3 weeks before the election, it's because everybody else did the hard work. Everybody else did the legwork, and Joe Rogan is going to go, oh, well, I guess it's not that bad. I probably won't get any backlash. Fuck off, Joe Rogan. That is weak beta male bullshit is what that is.
I see a lot of dark things. I see horrible things. I see things that are bad. I see political things that are hard. I mean, we have a lot of corrupt people in this country, and I see it. And horrible corrupt people. We have people that, I really do. We have, from the inside, we have really bad people, and outside we do. But I think the outside is better. I think it's easier to handle China. If you have a smart president who knows, some things, if you had who knows how to deal, let's say, you're not going to have a problem with Russia. Russia would have never attacked Ukraine if I were president. I used to talk to Putin about it. I got along great with him. They would have never, ever done it. I ended his pipeline, I ended the pipeline called Nord Stream 2. Nobody ever heard of Nord Stream 2.
Yeah.
I said, are you building a pipeline going to Europe? Yeah. I said, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And I told, I got them together. I said, you mean we're defending you from Russia and you're paying them billions of dollars a month for oil? It's not going to work that way. And I ended it. And then when Biden came in, he gave it back. The biggest project they ever had, right? He gave it back. And then everyone said, Trump is friends with Putin and stuff. Putin would say, if you're my friend, I'd hate like hell to see you as my enemy. Think of it. And I put a lot of sanctions on. But I got along with Russia. I get along with pretty much everybody. Actually, the tougher they were, the better I did with them. That's a good thing, not a bad thing, because the other ones are easier to handle.
Yeah, right here. That's overall my stance on it. I wouldn't be against Donald Trump going on Joe Rogan because Rogan's podcast is very popular and it would get Trump's word out there. That 100%, that's my stance on it. But it doesn't change the fact that I just don't like Joe Rogan. And I don't trust Joe Rogan. I understand Joe Rogan's number one. He's the biggest name in podcasting, and he's good at what he does. And that's what's so disappointing about it, is that this is what Patrick Bet-David said straight to Joe Rogan's face. Like 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 50 years from now, people are going to look back. Why didn't the number one podcast guy have the number one person in the world on his show to have a conversation that the world wants to see? Why would you not do that? It makes no sense. I personally don't listen to Joe Rogan personally. I mean, I don't have anything against him on his show. Like, he does a good job. It's just not my cup of tea. But I respect that he is the man. He is the man when it comes to podcasting. But this whole Trump thing has been it's a huge problem for me anyway.
But the ones that I got along with, and they're also the bigger threats. I got along very well with President Xi of China. But when COVID came, I was not happy with him because it came out of the labs. I mean, they released it from accidentally, I believe. A lot of people would say it wasn't an accident, but they got hit very hard. They got hit as hard as anybody in the world. It was late. It was belated. It was a late hit.
Yeah.
But when COVID came,
let's see. Brian says Jeremy is crying. Bro, shut the fuck up. Boo-hoo. He's better than you. Yes, and I'm better than you. So that's the circle of life, bro. Okay. Joe's better. Joe Rogan's better than me, and I'm better than you. Okay. The problem is you can't find anyone to say you're better than, because that's how pathetic you are. But having a micro penis is not something that I can understand. You understand having a micro penis. I don't. I'm above average. Your mom can confirm, but you have a micro penis. And that, listen, man, it's okay. All right. There's weird chicks out there that are into really weird stuff. And there's going to be a girl you'll find that likes the micro penis. She's out there, buddy. Or he's out there, whatever works for you.
I made an unbelievable trade deal with China. They have to buy $50 billion of our product every year. It was nobody could believe I got that deal done. I don't even talk about it because of COVID. I don't even talk about it. That deal is unbelievable. And what's happened now, our farmers have been hit because Biden hasn't pressed them to honor the deal. You know, I used to, every day I'd get up, how much did China buy today? Sir, I'd call him up and say, you're behind. You have to buy 50 billion. Do you think Biden does that? Biden's sleeping. But over the last week, I have, we talk about funny or sad. I think it's more sad than funny. Yeah. He has one ability I don't have. Yeah. He sleeps. He can sleep. This guy goes on a beach and he lays down on one of those, 6 ounce, they weigh 6 ounces and you can't lift it. They're meant for children. Yeah. Young people and old people to lift. Yeah. They're aluminum, hollow aluminum. Yeah. They weigh very little and he can't lift. And somebody convinced him he looks good in a bathing suit. And when you're 82, typically bathing suits aren't going to make you look great. You're not going to be enhanced. Yeah. All right. It's just one of those things. I can't be sure about that, but typically,
depends what he's packing. He could.
I don't know what the hell he's packing, but I don't want to know either. I don't know. But he has an ability to fall asleep while on camera. He can lie down on one of those things, and in minutes he's stone cold out.
How does he do it?
And he's got cameras on because he's the president, so they have cameras on him. Yeah. And then they show him sleeping on the beach. Yeah. You'll never see me sleeping in front of camera.
How do we get you better at that? Like, what can we do? How do we work on that as a country?
As a country? Yeah. We got to save our country. Look, we are a nation in decline, whether you like it or not.
I hate hearing that.
I know. I hate
that. Hurts me. That hurts me. As a proud American,
well, what you like though is, but we're going to be greater than ever before.
So that's, I think, the messaging that I think. Yeah. I think that's really nice.
Well, that's
to hear.
my ultimate message. But you can't avoid the fact that we've allowed 21 million people into our country in the last 3.5 years. And I don't know your persuasion. I don't know if you guys are liberal or what, but nobody can be happy with 21 million people openly walking into a place we don't know. And it was released last week that 13,000 of those people are murderers. 13,099. 13,000 of those people are in prison. They're incarcerated for murder, and they let them out.
I think you have support on this, though. I think everybody,
tremendous support,
regardless.
I think I'll let you know. I'll let you know on November 6th if I have support.
Yeah.
But the day after the election, November 5th, the most important day.
Yeah, no, I think people are agreeing they want a strong border. And I think I don't think that's an issue that's like tearing the country apart. But I do think that there is something.
There are some people that want to open, and they're either.
But they're like politicians that are getting some sort of reinforcement through this. The average American, I don't think is going, we need an open board. Yeah.
I think only a person that hates our country, actually, maybe it's a down deep hatred, can want open borders. So we took in more than 21 million people in the last 3.5 years, and we have no idea where they even come from. They're terrorists, they're drug dealers. In Venezuela, and it's not just South America, but take Venezuela. They've taken their criminals off the streets of Caracas, which was a very dangerous city. You couldn't walk across the street in Caracas and get a loaf of bread. Right now, it's a safe city. Their crime is down 72%. They've taken all of their criminals, almost all of them, and they brought them into the United States and dumped them. Yeah, that's not ending well. You know where some of them went? To Aurora in Colorado, and they took over the town. They took it over.
The whole town?
Oh, pretty much, yeah. You know how they took it over? With guns. They went into the real estate business like me. I had to go to a bank and borrow.
Yeah.
They went in with
guns,
MK-47s, or they went in with
would have been so much easier.
weapons like nobody's ever seen before. You know,
I think most people
they
are
went in
on
with
board.
military-style weapons. They've taken it over.
But I think most people are on board with deporting any illegal that has committed a crime.
Yeah.
Like I think there's bipartisan support of that. I think the tricky thing comes, and honestly, I have empathy. Like, you're a business owner.
Yeah.
There's been people. I'm not trying to out you, but like, there's been people I'm sure that might not have had like legal citizenship that have maybe worked in various businesses.
that's true.
And it's like, you know, I've definitely been taken care of as a kid by people that weren't legal, babysitters and stuff. So there are people that maybe would like a path to citizenship that I have a lot of empathy for.
You have to start with the criminals.
Agreed.
Okay. Look,
But
I have
maybe,
said-
but maybe we can.
It's very tough.
Maybe we can open our hearts a little bit to the
I
people who
agree.
are trying to be,
All
you know,
right.
good, hardworking Americans.
And you know what's going to happen? You're going to be in the
That is like, the bottom line is it's called illegal for a reason. It's called illegal for a reason. Like, we don't have the time or the resources to worry about, are they here for this? No, if you're illegal, you're illegal. It's that simple.
in the midst of this. Now, you know, Dwight Eisenhower was sort of a moderate, General Eisenhower. Did you know that they had 8% generals, president of the United States, 8% were generals, 92% were politicians. And then you had Trump. See, that's a wave. You know, we go off at just
I
for a
like
second.
that. Because now, like, where we weave into, I'm into this.
No, think of it, because we're talking about generals, and then you get back onto the general.
There you
Because
go.
what I was going to say is that Eisenhower.
I like the
is a
play-by-play
moderate.
for the week.
No, it's good, though. Isn't it
Yeah.
great? We go into it. We mention Eisenhower, and then I say he was a general, 8% generals, 92%, and now you go back. Okay,
Boom.
it's part of the weave. You know?
Yeah.
Then you go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to
Finger
keep
roll.
it all together. You got to be sharp. If you're not sharp, you're dead. Think of it. Think of it. No, but think of it. So we have 92% and 8%. Nobody, no admirals,
Yeah.
and no business people until me. So now
Yeah.
we have me. I'm one.
Yeah.
So I'm.
And then
I'm-
maybe things change after that. Here's
No, I think it will
yeah.
change. There'll never be another business person that ever does this.
Okay, here's a
Because
question.
I've been treated so badly that I think that no person of success, don't forget, my whole life was deals.
Yeah.
Most guys are stiffs.
Yes.
Like they'll run for office. There's
Yeah.
no deal. There's no nothing. You can't
Yeah.
get yourself in trouble much.
Yeah.
You can be a crooked politician,
Yeah.
which some are.
Yeah.
But basically, I do so many deals. I do hundreds of thousands of pages of documents a
Yeah.
year, you know, when I'm really in the mood, right?
Yeah.
And if they find one page, I got myself a problem politically.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at it. They went after me for years on taxes.
Yeah.
Years.
Yeah.
They went to the United States Supreme Court. I gave them tens of thousands of pages, and you never heard about it again.
Well, that is what often happens, which is probably incredibly frustrating, which is lobbing an
Well, that's the
allegation.
problem.
And then when it's proven to be false, they just move on.
Oh, they don't
It's
even
kinda
write
quiet.
about it. I called the New York Times on something. I was right. And they
The
said,
Russian
are
thing
you
was-
going to do?
was wild,
Yeah,
like-
the Russian hoax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm suing Pulitzer. You don't know this. They got a Pulitzer Prize for their New York
the
Times,
hoax?
Washington
Oh, wow.
Post. Yeah, for the
Wow.
hoax.
Wow.
They got the Pulitzer Prize.
Yeah.
So the writers got Pulitzer Prizes for their brilliant coverage of the Russia hoax. But
Interesting.
it turned out to be right. So
Yeah.
we wrote a letter to the Pulitzer Prize,
Yeah.
right? You know, the committee, it's a big foundation.
Yeah.
And we said, it's a lawsuit that's going on right
Yeah.
now. And we said, we demand that you take back the Pulitzer Prizes. We demand a apology.
Yeah.
Because you're actually, by leaving them, you're sort of saying it happened and it didn't have. Everybody now is
Yeah. You're
giving it
rewarding
up.
the lie.
Yeah. So I sued them. They said, well, we did what we did. Okay,
Yeah.
that's okay. That's all right. So I sued them.
Mhm.
And they've got themselves a big problem now.
Yeah.
And this suit's moving along. And I think we're going to win that suit easily because they gave people Pulitzer Prizes that were wrong.
Yeah.
You know who should get the Pulitzer Prizes equivalent if you could? Guys like Sean Hannity,
Yeah.
guys like, that there were numerous of them that, I mean, not as many as the fake news, as the very liberal media.
I'd just like to pause this to say, fuck Sean Hannity, returning to our regularly scheduled programming.
But we had tremendous John Solomon. He's a great writer. So many people knew that that was a hoax.
Mhm.
They should get prizes. I don't know, Pulitzer Prize, because you don't give Pulitzer Prizes to a guy on television.
Yeah.
You can't get, in theory, a Pulitzer Prize.
Yeah.
But you had a lot of people that got that right. They got nothing. So we sued Pulitzer on the basis that they should absolutely take that prize back. And I said, by not taking it back, you're trying to say that it actually happened. You know, in a way,
Yeah.
I'm saying you're defaming me because by you
Yeah, I
not
think
taking those
there's
prizes back,
justification.
you're actually saying it happened.
Take a break for a second because some of y'all need to upgrade your wallets. Some of y'all don't because last year you scooped.
Yeah, it's like we'll let the ad read go here just a minute. I'm gonna read your super chats too, by the way. Thank you guys for being patient. I appreciate it. Smash the melee button. Here we go.
Forget about. You need something to keep your cards, and you need to make sure that you're not going to lose it. How are you going to make sure you're not going to lose it? This thing right here, GPS. If somebody steals it from you, follow that motherfucker back to his house. Call the cops. Don't do anything about it. I don't want that liability. But follow that ass. Also, if you're a thief and you're watching this, don't steal these wallets. You could steal it, but then give it back to them. Be like, yo, I don't want these problems because you could follow me to my house. We have a new thing. They got the Blue Chew pouch, okay? You can put whatever you want in there. We put hard dick. We put hard dick in your wallet. Don't forget to leave your hard dick at home. The Blue Chew pouch inside the new extra wallet is crazy. The last batch sold out immediately. Shout out to every one of the asshole armies that see me in the street and they pulled out that extra wallet. We appreciate you, okay? With that Blue Chew pouch, again, you can put whatever you want in there, okay? Percocets, you can make that dick soft or hard, okay? Xanax, you can put whatever you want in there, okay? But this is the Blue Chew pouch. Right now, the #1 rated smart wallet in the world with the Blue Chew pouch, you get to try it risk-free for 100 days. For a limited time, you're gonna get 30.
We respect the grift. We respect the grift. We have to let these play. We have to. It's not, I don't make the rules up, okay? I don't make the rules.
Let's get back to the show. All right, guys, let's take a break for a second. Hard dick season is upon us, and you got to make sure that you're stiffed up with the boys.
I don't make
with,
the rules.
With the girls, with whomever you want to be stiffed up with. Blue Chew has got your back, okay? BlueChew.com. Use that promo code Flagrant. Now, our friends at Blue Chew have something exciting coming soon. It's an exclusive, very limited edition merch collab with none other than Antisocial Social Club. And for the record, I've seen them. Designs go crazy. They're going on sale October 12th, 8 a.m.
Yes, I can let them play while I'm mute. Okay, that's a fair trade-off. The chat's right, but I don't make the rules. The chat makes the rules around here, okay? I have no power. I have no power here. None. Pre-non corpses, Jeremy, I'll super chat the crap out of you if you play Cold War hardcore team deathmatch and team kill. Imagine all the gamer words, dude. Okay, so what if, well, why wouldn't we just do that with Black Ops 6? Black Ops 6 comes out in 15 days. And I will be playing Black Ops 6. So why not? Now I'm game to do it for Cold War as well. All right. You literally make the rules. I don't know what you're talking about. This might be your first CobraCast. I have no power here. All right. The chat has all the power. Chat has all the power. Yeah. I mean, yes, we will do that. Like, I want to bring back member streams for sure. Doing that through locals and things like that. So yes, but I'm open to that for either Black Ops 6 or Cold War. I love Cold War. Cold War's great. Let's see here. Sean Living Life says there is already a pathway to citizenship. When folks talk about we need a pathway to citizenship, they're talking about amnesty. Legalizing illegality breeds more illegality. Zero tolerance for illegal immigration. Sean Living Life, letting people know that's what's up. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that. Craig Morning says, I love when Jeremy goes heel. Steel chair. Oh my God. I don't do it as much as I used to. I used to go heel a lot more, but I don't do it as much as I used to. And I do miss it. I miss going heel. Ministry of Wrong Thing says, I have the best eyebrows. Everyone says it. I have the bushiest eyebrows. Yes, huge. Not like Beardo's legs. Those are toothpicks. Workout toothpick boy, Jeremy Trump. That's a Jeremy Trump right there. Shadow Saya says, now ask Beardo what score he gave Braveheart. He'll probably say like 8.35, some dumb shit like that. You know, Troy New says, I love Joe Rogan. I met Joe Rogan. He was so humble. I am disappointed he refuses Trump to have Trump on his show, even after Elon and RFK have fully endorsed Trump. It's shameful and upsetting. But see, that's the thing. If RFK and Elon endorsing Trump is the thing that has to push Joe Rogan to a level where he would want to have Trump on, that to me is worse than even just passing up completely. Like, I would have more respect for Joe Rogan if he just doesn't have Trump on. But it will be pathetic if the only reason he has Trump on is because the right people have endorsed him. That is pathetic. That is the worst thing he can do. So, like, from a standpoint of just having any level of respect for the guy, like, just don't have the guy on. Stand by whatever it is you said. But if you start going, well, since RFK endorsed him, I guess I can have him on. Pathetic. Let's see. Indy I says, I get choked up thinking about how amazing you are. Why do I do this? Jim P says, thank you for how great of a job you do streaming. How are you? How gay are you? 199. Modalicious says, Israel pager wasn't meant to be a serious comment, you fig. I'm sure some people got a bang out of it, though. Nandy says, Jeremy, your eyebrows are on point tonight, even more non-existent than before, with a freaking heart. Meatwad says, because we are the Aqua Teens. Make the homies say ho and make the homies want to scream. Aqua Teen Hunger Force, #1 in the hood, G. Babo Yogi says, Jeremy is my replacement for Rush Limbaugh. Although he's a cousin-loving skinny fig Farquad with IQ of a hamster, he's okay. That is the most insane comment I have ever gotten. You literally give me the most ridiculous compliment ever, and then follow it with the most awesome insults ever. Thank you. I appreciate it. Black Kane says, how is the billionaire who grew up wealthy and covers everything in gold more relatable candidate this election? Beardo fat. Ain't that the truth? It's crazy, man. Beardo shirt says, a Kamala Harris, Tim Walz. Let's see. A Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Harris is currently live on World of Warcraft Twitch stream. Yeah, I know. I heard about it. Albert Not a Retro says Rogan once made a joke about male grape victims. I'll search it and email you the link or screen cap. Be right back. Yeah, I mean, I don't care what he said. He's got a lot of controversial takes that the lefties out there go after him over. Rising Underdog says Rogan needs to do what Dave Ramsey did and extend an invitation to Trump and Kamala. If only Trump accepts, then oh well. Keep up the great work. I mean, I agree, but I just don't think he's going to do it. Beardo Shirt says, mistake, Wall's rally is currently live. Noted. Nandy says, you're going to check out the World of Warcraft Harris live stream. If we get through this when it's still going, I will. We Too Dumb says, John George Trump invented X-ray generator. Waffle Master says, I can see Joe changing his mind because of RFK. Also, talking about another man's wiener is pretty gay. Well, that's what you just did too, right? Albert Not a Retro says, email sent Joe Rogan joke in subject line. Noted. Gerald Armstrong says, but Sexton. Black Tiger says, Trump is good at the weave. Black women are better. Fill a room with sisters and you'll have a weave as far as the eye can see. I'm black. What's your excuse? Philip Butler says, Sean Hannity is Joe Rogan on estrogen. Eric K says, Jeremy does the gay chew instead. Nimshi says, name she. Check out the Harris AI parody ads by Mr. Reagan. Predon Corp says, good to hear, Jeremy, but will you team kill and grief? Yeah, I mean, I have no problem with, I'm not saying we're going to always do it, but yeah, for some of these streams, I have no problem putting all of it on. It's fine. Eric K says, Jeremy, you know you are the very best at sucking. Thomas says, have you ever been to Topeka, Jeremy? Topeka what? Topeka these nuts. We have a very, very awesome chat here, okay? Johnny says Jeremy finally came out as a cis heterosexual man. Albert Not a Retro says please play the clip. Ike Perez says thank you. Just says 20 and thank you. That's it. John Ambler says your level of quality and professionalism is bar none. I could only hope to reach your level if I ever decide to go gay. Oh, God. Emilio with 10 gifted memberships. Let's go, Emilio. Thank you, Emilio.
Important thing.
How are we doing so far?
You're doing great.
You're doing amazing.
So
they're making us wrap up. We want you for longer.
I bet it's my people. You know, I do have other things, but
I know you're busy. But
how interesting is this thing?
See, this is the fun
You know,
stuff.
Alex.
That's the gayest pronunciation of Topeka I've ever seen. It's Topeka, right? Is it Topeka?
Influencer.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
You know, I asked him. I said, Alex, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
And I wasn't.
Oh, you're not telling him he's got time
said,
now.
give him a little more time. What the hell? Can I override Alex? I don't know. Yeah. Unlike Biden, he can't. I can. I can say, Alex, I'm doing it. He'll say, thank you, sir. No, Biden can't. They turn the cameras off.
Hang on, listen.
I said, Alex, this is the fun. I do have other things.
They're making us wrap up. We want you for longer.
I'll bet it's my people. You know, I do have other things, but
I know you're busy. But
how interesting is this thing?
See, this is the fun
You
stuff.
know,
Alex
he's
is
an
a good
influencer.
kid. Yeah, he's a good kid.
You know, I asked him. I said, Alex, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
And I wasn't.
Oh, you're not telling him he's got time
I said,
now.
give him a little more time. What the hell? Can I override Alex? I don't know. Yeah. Unlike Biden, he can't. I can. I can say, Alex, I'm doing it. He'll say, thank you, sir. No, Biden can't. They turn the cameras off with this guy. Do you ever see it? The cameras are off. The lights go off everywhere. Because you see, he's in deep trouble. We're in no trouble. Yeah. But I'll tell you what. I asked Alex. He's an influencer. You know, he's a big name influencer. I don't know if he's in this league. I don't know who the hell knows. But I said to him, knowing nothing about influencers, I said, who is the biggest of all the influencers? Sir, that's the easiest question you've ever asked me. Who is it? You, sir.
It's true.
I said, yeah. I never thought of it. He said, you're the biggest. You have hundreds of millions of people. You have more people than anybody else by far. You know, before they took away, I went from having 280 million on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. The three of them combined, 280. I think I was number one because Zuckerberg told me that. He came to the White House. He said, congratulations, you're number one on Facebook. You know, so I went from that to having nobody. That was like cold turkey, right? You'd call that cold turkey. Like, that would be like if we didn't do business with China. One day I said, no more business with China. You go cold turkey, right? And I went and I said, boy, but I had a lot to say. This was after the presidency, of course. You know, they do it after the presidency. During the presidency, they're a little bit
very nice.
But anyway, I went totally off. I had nobody, and I had all these ideas, and I couldn't get the word out. And I had some good thoughts, and people wanted to hear my thoughts. And I did a thing called Save America, and essentially it was like the old-fashioned. You guys are far too young. In the old days, what we did, we didn't have tweeting and we didn't have truth. Truth is doing great, by the way. Would you please use truth? I love truth. Use truth, everybody. It's my voice. But I also use X. But I went from having all these people, and I did an old-fashioned press release. We used to go to press release. And somebody would write up something and
send it to all
and I started doing it, Save America, and they got longer and better and longer, and I started doing it. And man, I had millions of people. Now, nobody else could do that because, you know, if somebody puts out a press release, it just doesn't work out too well. But I did it, and it did well. And then I did Truth. And I'm very good friends with Elon, and we owe Elon a lot for what he's done with X. And I use X too. But my voice is on Truth. And it's done really well. I mean, if I want to get something out, I put it on Truth, and everybody picks it up. You know,
that's the thing. You put it there, and then you see other people.
No, it's picked up all over the place. It's picked up. I mean, I could be on anything I want, but I put it out on Truth, and it just gets picked up all over the place. So it's been very good. But he said I was the number one influencer. See? The weave.
The weave is great. Okay, question. Okay. You've got your son.
Okay, we got breaking news because somebody just said it in a super chat right here. Trump will be on Rogan, according to Leading Report. So let's go over to Leading Report. Leading Report says, breaking, Elon Musk says the highly anticipated Trump appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience will happen. Okay, then I go over and Elon Musk says it will happen right here on ALX's tweet. So ALX says Joe Rogan has 25 days to interview Donald Trump. And Elon Musk says it will happen. So that's what Elon says. I personally think that I had something to do with it because I think Elon Musk is watching right now. Elon, hit me up in the DMs if you're watching. I think Elon was probably listening. He goes, bro, Jeremy Prime, D-Day Cobra is pissed. He's right. Joe, you got to make this happen. So Elon, shoot me a DM. Let me know if I can do anything to help make this happen. But ultimately, I think that Joe Rogan is being a bitch. And even if he does talk to Trump, it's very weak and pathetic that he waited this long and waited for the most convenient time possible. But hit your boy up in the DMs, Elon. We'll talk about it, okay? So there you go. So I just wanted to let everybody know about that. So very interesting stuff going on.
Barron.
Do you think I'm the number one influencer?
I think it's
So who else?
Rogan. I think it's Rogan, you, and Kim Kardashian. Like Kim Kardashian influences the shape of women's bodies and faces. Like you see so many, they're literal shape of human beings.
Do they want to look like her?
They want to look like her.
Okay, hang on.
You think over the place? So it's been very good. But he said I was the number one influencer. See, the weave.
The weave is great. Okay, question. Okay, you've got your son, Barron.
Do you think I'm the number one influencer?
I think it's
So who else?
Rogan. I think it's Rogan.
No.
You and Kim Kardashian.
No. Fucking horrific answers. It's Trump. It's Elon Musk. And then I'm going to have to think about who's number 3. But it's Trump 1, Elon Musk is number 2. Those are the 2 biggest names, period. Kim Kardashian, is this 10 years ago? Kim Kardashian doesn't have the pull she used to have. Kim Kardashian does not have the pull she used to have. Now, Joe Rogan's huge, man. There's no doubt about Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is huge. So Joe Rogan might be 3. I would say Joe Rogan might be 3. But Elon's number 2. Elon Musk is number 2. Kim Kardashian is not top 10. So I'm going to say Trump, Elon, and I'm not going to say Rogan as definitively as Trump and Elon, but I would say arguably it's probably Rogan number 3.
Like Kim Kardashian influences the shape of women's bodies.
I think Rogan's bigger than Tucker. I think Rogan's bigger than Tucker Carlson. Yeah, I think Rogan's bigger than Tucker Carlson.
Faces. Like you see so many, they're literal shape of human
do
beings.
they want to look like her?
They want to look like her. So once we start seeing dudes want to look like you,
Yeah.
and I see young Jack over there. I think he's trying to do it.
Yeah.
Your
Oh,
TikTok guy.
TikTok Jack.
TikTok
TikTok.
Jack.
So tell me, this is a little new world. I call him, his name is Jack. I call him TikTok Jack. I'm good with names, you know.
You are.
You're very good.
You are.
I mean, Pocahontas.
Yeah.
We have names.
What about, and there was, Tampon Tim was good. What about,
Tim,
is
the
that?
problem with Tampon Tim, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
In other words,
It's a mouthful.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
Tampon. And you can't stutter it through when you call it. It's really a lousy word to say.
Yeah.
But it's quite accurate, right? there are some like Comrade Kamala. It's a little hard to say. She's comrade because she's obviously a communist.
Yeah.
She's horrible. So I call her comrade. And it's not bad. But when you put the names together, it's a little, you got to be able to pume. No, you got to be able to put it out there. But we have a lot of good ones. A lot of them I can't go into with you because some of my best ones are from the Republican primaries.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all friends of mine now.
You got to be nice.
So I've taken
What about Mike Pence? You got anything from Mike Pence?
Well, it's a shame because he and I had a very good relationship.
Hanging out somewhere.
He couldn't cross the line of doing what was right, in my opinion. Some people would disagree with that, but he had the right to go and put them before the legislatures and have them reassess because they found out a lot of bad things. And he had a lawyer that said he didn't have that right, but he did have that right. And you know why we found out that that was true? Because they changed the law after the election so that he couldn't do what I said he could do.
Yeah.
Okay. They changed the law so that a vice president could no longer do what I said he could do. So in other words, I turned out to be right. But it's a shame. We had a very good relationship for 99.9% of the thing.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think he's a good man. I think he's a good man.
Good.
Unfortunately, I wish he would have had the stamina, maybe courage, maybe both, to go further. Because we have to have honest elections in our country. And if we're afraid to challenge an election, we're in big trouble, you know? They say, if you challenge, they've challenged elections. The Democrats, look at Maxine Waters. How dare them, you know, they've challenged Stacey Abrams.
Yeah.
Almost all of the Democrats challenged.
Yeah.
But when we challenge, they say, he's a threat to democracy.
Yeah.
These are con artists, and they're very bad for our country.
Yeah.
So I'm going to weed them out. I'm going to weed them out. I'll do it in honor of you.
Okay. So tell me this. So tell me this situation. Okay. Barron is 18. He's handsome. He's tall.
Yeah.
He's rich.
He's got the whole ball.
He's unleashed in New York City. Are you sure you want to reverse Roe v. Wade now? I mean, maybe give him a few years, you know.
Well, you know, it's up to the states now. It's up to the states because I believe in exceptions and all of the different things.
You've been vocal about that.
I've been very
Would
well.
you try to influence?
I mean, I think a lot of people agree with me.
Yeah.
You know, it was very, very strong, very, very tough. And Republicans were going to lose a lot of elections having to do with a lot of other things, too, because there are many issues. We have the border, we have this, we have wars, we have everything.
Yeah.
And Roe v. Wade was always about getting it back to the states.
Yeah.
And then people started talking about the number of weeks and this, that, all these. But nobody wanted, no legal scholar, no Democrat, no Republican, liberal, conservative. Nobody wanted it in the federal government. It shouldn't be in the federal government. And the legal scholars, it was abhorrent. They didn't want it, and they didn't want it in the federal government.
No.
And it was in the federal government.
I know you said, sorry.
What we did is, we moved it back to the states and a vote of the people. And now they're voting. Ohio voted a very liberal, you know, Ohio, I won Ohio by a lot, but they voted, and it's up to them. Okay. I do believe in exceptions, life of the mother, rape, and incest.
Right.
If your daughter's raped by somebody, and let's say he's from a prison someplace and he's killed people and everything else, absolutely, you have to be able to do.
Yeah.
There are some people, and I think that group is smaller and smaller when they realize what's going on, but there are some people that under no circumstances can you do it. I don't happen to agree. Ronald Reagan didn't agree. But what has happened is it's now back in the states where it belongs. And the states are moving along and they're approving things.
So
some conservative and some liberal.
There are some places. My wife and I had a baby through IVF, and you've been very supportive of IVF.
I was totally.
I really love that. You said that you guys were going to pay for it, and I would love to get the refund or whatever once that happens when the government.
But I actually said, we want babies in our country.
And we do.
Yeah.
But
so now
there are some people using that reversal of Roe v. Wade to kind of attack the legality of IVF. And to me, it's like, that's heartbreaking.
These are crooked politicians. These are politicians. Now, I'll give you an example. I came out when it first came up, and it started in Alabama where a judge ruled that you couldn't do IVF, and all clinics all over Alabama was going to shut down. We're going to be shut down. And I wasn't an expert on IVF, but I have common sense. You know, we're the party of common sense.
Yeah.
Right? And some women called me, and actually Katie Britt called me, the senator from Alabama, who's really a young, good politician, smart, great husband, who was a football player, great family. She called me up. She said, sir, women have come to me and almost attacked me, and they're my best friends, that the judge shut down IVF. He's a very, conservative judge. And he shut down IVF. And I said, let's explain it. Tell me. And she told me. I said, no, it's a great thing. It's helping women have babies. And She didn't know her friends were all going through IVF.
It's so much more common than people realize. Yeah.
Well, but they don't talk about it. Let's say somebody's
People are
I mean,
quite
I understand.
uncomfortable,
I never had big discussions. I know this. If you're a woman and you go, you're not going to be telling Katie Britt, and you're not going to be telling your friends, hey, I'm going through IVF.
Yeah.
Some will and some won't.
Yeah.
But she didn't know anything about her friends, and they were good friends of hers. She said, they're literally attacking me. I said, well, what is it? After about 5 minutes, I'm a quick study. I said, that's a great thing. And I came out within 45 minutes of the decision. I came out strongly in favor on behalf of the Republican Party.
Sure.
And I have calls from senators saying, thank you, sir, you saved my political career.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
Because they might have come out,
Save their family too.
But here's what does happen, which is really, we get calls that just the other day, that this total lying politician that's running, that ruined San Francisco. She destroyed San Francisco with her very liberal policies, and she destroyed the state of
Newsom?
No, it's her. But Gavin Newsom, I call him Gavin Newscum. Gavin Newscum.
That's a good one.
No, he's
Good.
a terrible. He's a
That
terrible.
was Pume.
Yeah. No,
That was Pume.
Gavin Newsom. He doesn't like that, but he is
Good hair though.
Gavin. He probably does. Yeah.
Yeah, he is nice.
I don't know. You?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, good. I don't know.
Pretty good.
Don't take your hat off. Because you never know. Sometimes the guy will take his hat off. He has good hair. I say, boy, you are. And usually it's bald. No, 95% of the time. There's always a reason. Usually a reason, and that's okay too. But what I do, I get a call and they say that Kamala, said that I'm against IVF, okay, that I'm against it. They know it's untrue. But all of the lies,
positioning in a
so
way.
many different things.
So apparently Kamala Harris is doing a some type of bullshit kind of town hall, and apparently it's not going very well at all.
Bloodbath. That was about the auto industry, but the word is a tough word. China's going to take all our auto business if we go all electric and all this stuff. And the head of the union, I said, is a fool. He sold the union down. I'm doing great with it. You notice where the Teamsters like me, and they all like me. The workers like me because I'm going to.
It seems to be that way.
Yeah, it seems to be. Even unions that have never been with a Republican before are endorsing me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible. The Teamsters voted 61% in favor of Trump. Think of that. I'll tell you, the FBI would be in favor. Almost everybody. I think almost everybody would be in favor.
Yeah.
But they lie, and they say, and they know it's a lie. Charlottesville. The Charlottesville statement was perfect. If they take the next sentence that I gave, I made a statement on it. It was a perfect statement. And if you take, but they never take the next sentence. They cut it off.
And then there's no
even the other one, peacefully and patriotically. In my speech, I talked about peacefully and patriotically. They never show that. They never talk about it. To show you how dishonest they are, the J6 committee, I call it the unselect. You know, they call it the select committee. I call it the unselect committee of political hacks and thugs. They never talk about my speech because it was a good speech. It was a patriotic speech.
Are you numb to this now, or
no? I never get
still
numb
bother
to it.
you.
No, it bothers me. I'll tell you what bothers me. Kamala the other day said he is against IVF, and everybody knows that that's false.
Yeah.
When I came out, people were a little surprised actually because in theory, but I came out strongly in favor of IVF. She has an add-on that I'm against IVF. She knows it's untrue. She has an add-on that. Bloodbath. Bloodbath means like blood, and that's not what I was talking about. The automobile industry. It's going to be a bloodbath in the automobile. We're going to lose all our business.
Yeah,
that's what it's referring to. When they do things, and they do a lot, but I always refer them back to the simplicity of McDonald's. She lied about McDonald's. She lied about many things, and she's a liar. There should be some kind of a rule when they know it's a lie. You can't do a commercial on it. But this is a thing that's going to end in 29 days so they can say what they want. I have a hard time doing it to them because I'm basically a truthful person. But and frankly, she's given me so much ammunition. I don't really have to. I mean, she's a radical left lunatic who will destroy our nation. Other than that, but she'll destroy our nation. So when you take a look at it, and I think that, just getting back to your original thought on the abortion, having it back in the States, the people are now voting on it, and we're going to put an end to a 52-year ordeal. This has been going on for 52 years.
Yeah.
It's back with the states, and it's a vote of the people.
Yeah.
And that's where everybody wanted it to be. And I think that issue is largely quelled because of that.
You've said, like,
I saw this one right here. Jeremy, let's love the show. Thanks for reading my comments. You are welcome. And said, just got done watching Tim Pool and sending him some comments. He won't read mine. No, that's been a long-standing tradition here at, CobraCast is if Tim Pool doesn't want your money, I will take it. Okay. I will take it. 3 for 20 says, first, really sorry about that one guy's micro penis. That's rough. On Rogan, he has all kinds of peeps on he agrees and disagrees with. I thought it was the whole point. Trump would benefit, but so would Rogan. I don't get it. Yeah, I mean, it's because Rogan, I don't know. I mean, you can only, all you can do is take it at face value, and at face value it seems like Joe Rogan doesn't like Donald Trump. That's what it seems like.
Arizona, you think, went a little bit too far. If you feel the state goes a little bit too far, will you use a little influence and say, hey, maybe Brennan says we can make exceptions?
I would. Oh, no, I won't back it. I won't back it. I think
I think that's important for moderates to hear. That's why I want to give you that opportunity to say that.
No, some states say no wait.
Yeah.
But they're all changing
Mhm.
because the people in the state won't stand for that. There are some states that say, under no circumstances, you have a daughter and she's raped by the worst, most violent criminal in the country, and you cannot get, her. You cannot take
She
her
has to live with
and
that for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
she got to live with this. And the father is a monster. He's from an insane asylum because he killed 50 people.
Yeah.
And you're going to have that baby.
Yeah.
And I can't
You have
believe
to have empathy for that.
No,
You
I
have
can't
to. Yeah.
believe that people are forced to do that.
Yes.
And you have a tiny, right now, it used to be a much bigger segment.
Yeah.
No, I think I've done a good job in a lot of ways because I've convinced people that you just can't do that.
No, that's important.
It's always been complex. It's always been tough, but we've come a long way with that issue. But just in a nutshell, bringing it back to the states and giving a vote of the people is where they wanted it 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago. And then they got a little complex. They talked about the length and the number of
But
weeks.
with protections for women. And
to me, you have to.
circumstances.
Ronald Reagan a long time ago was with the same 3 protections.
Yeah.
He said he wanted, for incest and the life of the mother. And that was a long time ago.
Okay, you have a very busy day. Before you go, what would you like your legacy to be? And what do you think it will be?
It's a good question.
So,
And thank you very much for taking
two
the time.
very different questions, actually, I think. But
what would you like it to be?
I took over a country that was very troubled. This country was broken up and tremendous dissension. And Barack Obama started it. And if you take a look, it was very, very badly broken. And I think now with Biden, let's forget her for a second, but with Biden and her, part of it, big part of it, but with Biden, there's tremendous dissension. The country is a broken up mess. And it's broken in a lot of ways. But what I would like my legacy to be is the same as the term MAGA, Make America Great Again. I'm going to make this country great again. It's not a great country right now. It's loaded
It's
up.
always a great country. It's a great country.
See, that's
it's
why I
always a
disagree.
great country.
Okay, but I say it has the potential, and it was a great country. I think now there's so much hatred and there's so much dissension.
That's such a gay comment from this guy. Like, do you not understand what the fuck is happening in this fucking country right now? It's always a great country. It's not going to be a fucking country if it continues. That's the point Trump is trying to make. You can sit there and grandstand and get on your soapbox and pretend that there's no fucking problems going on, but this man is being shot at. They're throwing court cases at him. They're trying to arrest him. They're trying to kill him. They're trying to destroy his family. They're trying to do everything they can to stop him. So clearly the fucking country isn't as great as you think it is, because the fucking country is allowing this shit to happen. The country is allowing fucking people to just run over the border and invade our country. That's what he's fucking talking about. So miss me with your virtue signaling bullshit. I'm so tired of these fucking beta cucks sitting there trying to go, well, it is. Fuck off. Fuck off. Sorry, go ahead.
I think when you have people that can't walk down Fifth Avenue, when you have people that can't walk down a street, it ceases to be.
We can always be better. We can always be better.
Yeah, but you
fuck off. Fuck off. We can always be better. We can always. That is such a fucking pathetic statement. We can always be better. Fuck off.
Can't blindfold yourself to say.
I'm honest about it. But
Get him,
to
Trump.
me, I'm really proud of America because I think that I think I can be the best version of myself.
Are you proud that illegal immigrants are murdering Americans right now? Are you proud of that? Are you proud that they're just running around? That murderers are running around our fucking country right now, and that we have no idea where the fuck they're at? Are you happy that young women are being killed and murdered? Are you fucking happy about that?
Here, I think that Donald Trump can only happen in America. Your life, what has happened to you, this is an American story. Yeah. My mom's life is an American story. Like, my mom's from Scotland. She comes here and has all the success, and she's so grateful of what America is. That doesn't mean that we can't make it better. I like the idea of making it better every single time, fixing these things when there's leaks in the ship. But the idea of America and becoming the greatest version of yourself is something I'll always be proud of.
So I understand what you're saying. When I was president, we had no wars in the whole world because of me. I stopped a lot of wars from happening.
That makes me proud.
Right. But it's just not happening now. Right now, people are dying in Ukraine because we had an incompetent president. If we had a president that knew what the hell he was doing, Ukraine would have never happened. Israel would have never happened. Yeah. All those people that are dying on both sides.
Yeah.
Schultz just had Game of Thrones. He just had his season 8 of Game of Thrones. He had a fucking phenomenal podcast. And then he just had to be a fucking pathetic loser with his virtue signaling bullshit. Let the man that's been shot at multiple times answer the fucking question. Let the man that's been indicted and his family been attacked and his business has been attacked and his friends and his colleagues have been arrested. Why? Why the fuck were they arrested? Why? Name it. Black Lives Matter can burn fucking cities to the ground, but people on January 6th are being fucking arrested. There's a dude that was arrested over fucking memes. Memes! And you don't want to question that because, oh, America's always been great. There's a dude in jail because of memes. Game of Thrones season 8.
That would have never happened. Afghanistan, people falling off airplanes from think of that.
Yeah.
From 3,500 feet above the ground.
Yeah.
3 times the height of the Empire State Building, off the side of the airplane.
Yeah.
All of this horrible stuff would have never happened. Inflation would have never happened because that was caused by energy and the stupid energy.
Yeah.
So, look, we love our country, and it's had moments of greatness, but I think it's a declining. It's so sad what's happened. We're a nation in decline, and we can't let it be declined. I'll give you an example. We're going to lose our monetary base very soon because, countries are going off the dollar. I'm going to get them back on the dollar. I'm going to say, you got to go back on you're not going to do any business with, you got to do it. But I do think this, where I really agree with you, we have tremendous potential.
Yeah.
And I say it, make America great again.
Yeah.
And I just want to, I would like to have it. I used to have something, I was going to use it and I didn't use it because the country started to do badly. CAG, not MAGA, CAG. I never liked the word CAG, but it was keep America great. You like that better.
I like this.
But see, I couldn't use it because we had so many problems.
Yeah.
So I want to
it
say,
also sounds like that other word.
It doesn't work as well. Look, there's never going to be another MAGA. I don't know. I came up with a phrase that just turned out to be MAGA.
Yeah.
No, it's the greatest movement, political movement in the history of our country.
Yeah.
And these are people that really love our country and they want it to be great. And we're going to make it great again. That was what I would like to do, is make this country so great. Better than what you're even thinking. And you are. I mean, I love your attitude because I think that's the way you should be.
I think that's...
Sorry. There's one thing I want to give you, a rumor I'd like to give you a chance to dispel. And then one question, if you have time, I'd like to ask selfishly. Rumor the far left, I think, says this thing that, oh, if Donald Trump wins, he's never going to cede power. Then they have some clip of you saying, just vote for me one time, you won't have to vote again. I don't believe this is true.
Retarded question. And even qualifying it by saying that you don't believe it's true, even validating it by asking this question is retarded as fuck.
I want to give you a chance to publicly say that's nonsense, just so you can publicly speak to any moderates out there.
So what I said, Christians tend to vote at a very low percentage for some reason. And so do gun owners. Would you believe it? The NRA, gun owners tend not to vote. Maybe it's a rebellious thing. I don't know.
Maybe.
I said, look, our country's in big trouble, really big trouble with the border, with all the problems. We can solve the problem. But vote this one time. After that, we're not going to need it to. This is the most important election in the history of our country. Vote for this most important election. And then if you don't want to vote, we're going to have elections, but you don't have to vote because it's going to go along swimmingly.
That's how I interpreted it.
That's how everybody. That's how they interpreted it too.
Yes. They know what
you got to vote this time because we can't wait 4 years. Because you know what? In another 4 years, like we've just had with this clown that's a president, that's just a clown, a foolish man. Don't forget, he was a stupid man 25 years ago. He was never a smart man. He's run many times. Isn't it amazing? He's run many times, and he gets it when he's in serious decline. Okay. But anyway, so everybody knows that. Okay. And that's what I meant by it.
Yeah.
It means we got to fix it.
Yeah.
And then it's going to work beautifully. It's going to run beautiful. We're going to have elections every 2 years and every 4 years. It's going to be great.
I just want to give you a chance to say that to
what was your second
and if I could ask one question. Everybody I speak to, every race, creed, whatever, they don't just like you, they love you. And I talk to people on both sides about your policies, and a lot of people that like your policies. The China tariff that's still in place right now is an example of policy that people love. I think sometimes what we love about you as comedians is you shoot from the hip. But then that gets twisted into this rhetoric that adds gasoline onto everything. So the one thing I would like, as I think a moderate person, is maybe if you get elected, would you be a little bit more mindful of how powerful your words are for better?
Fucking gay. Oh my God. You guys just ran fucking ads during a fucking interview with the former president talking about dicks in your ads, and you're crying about him not having mean tweets. Fuck off.
And forward.
I will. And I'm going to think of you every time.
Let's go. I might actually vote.
No, it's true. I mean, I understand that. Sometimes they say, oh, could you be a little bit more? But you're doing a lot of things and you're solving a lot of problems. I stopped wars that nobody will ever know about. They won't write about, but countries that were fighting each other and didn't affect us much, but they did business with us. I called up two countries that have fought for thousands of years, killing each other for years. And I said, you guys are at it again. I heard it was going to start up. I stopped it when I first came in. And I said, listen, here's the story. If you go to war with each other, I could give you the details, but I don't even want to bother because it's nice now. I said, you're not going to do any more business with the United States. I'm going to cut you off 100%. And if you do get through, I'm going to charge you 200% tariffs. You won't be able to survive. So work it out. Work it out. You know, it was a country that split and they've been fighting for years.
Rippa in the chat. What up, Rippa?
I think like thousands.
I see people responding.
I get a call and I forget about it, but I had a rough call with them. And I said, I'm going to charge you tariffs and you're going to be cut off. No more business. And if they don't have the United States, it's a problem. And we have to keep it that way. We have to keep our country strong so we can do this. I mean, if our country is weak, we don't have that. You know, if we keep getting weaker and weaker, which is happening, we're not going to let that happen. So I get a call 2 days later. Sir, we've worked it all out. Thank you very much. And I go about my business. I saved thousands of lives, hundreds of thousands of lives. They've been killing each other for years, for centuries. And I saved thousands of lives. And nobody writes about it. Many people don't even know that's the reason, you know, things are good. And I had it out with them. I said, you guys are crazy. You do that, no more doing business with the United States. You're cut off 100%. You're dead. You're not going to do 10 cents worth of business. And I even said the tariff thing, but the first was actually even more powerful. And that's it. I forget about it. I go about doing my business. 2 days later, I said, congratulations. So what? On what? So-and-so and so-and-so. They're not going to have a war. They made peace. I've done so many things like that. And none of them
hit the news
most
cycle.
of them aren't.
None
really,
of them are noticed.
No, most of them aren't really known. You know, I've made countries do things for us because they were treating us unfairly. And I've gotten things for our country that nobody else, I really think nobody else could have done. But I enjoy doing it for our country. And you know, just to get back to where you originally started, I want to make America great again. I want to make it so great that people won't question it, so that people can say what you just said, that, no, it's great. I don't want to have a question. Why should I or anybody else say, no, it's not great anymore? I don't want to be in that position. I think I want to make it so that when you ask a question like that, we can say, well, it's a great, great country. We love our country, but we can do a couple of little things.
I think we need that.
I'll put that in our, we want to put that in our basket.
I love that. And well, first of all, thank you so much for the time. I would be remiss to not even bring this up. You've said that you want to have peace in these places, not just Russia and Ukraine. It's obviously the Middle East. I know that is a very tough task. I don't think maybe you get enough credit for what you accomplished and your administration accomplished with the Abraham Accords.
The Abraham Accords, and they did nothing. Again, Iran was willing to do a deal. I would have had a deal with Iran within 7 days after the election. I actually said, let's delay it till after the election because I was sure we were going to win the election. But things happened. You know, COVID happened.
Of course, there's a lot of things going on.
It was a mess.
But still, I think it's something that a diplomacy out in that region that hasn't existed prior. Is that something I would imagine that would be at the forefront of this next administration?
You know, there are great philosophers that said the world will end in the Middle East. We're not going to let that happen. You've heard that expression.
Yeah.
They said the world will end someday in the Middle East. We're not going to let that happen. Okay.
Well, listen, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. President. I really appreciate it. Guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
That was awesome.
Okay, so I did get a little annoyed with them at the end, but you know, at the bottom line is that was a phenomenal discussion and a phenomenal interview. So while I did get a little aggravated, I can look past that. And I can also say, like, even if I think the questions are stupid, what I have to remember, I have to practice what I preach. And what I've been preaching about is that the next month is not about me, and it's not about you, and it's not about people that are already voting for Trump. It's not about us. Who gives a shit about us? We already are convinced we're supporting Trump. We've been there. That's not a question. We're not on the fence. This is about convincing people in the middle. Those questions are for the people in the middle. That's for the people in the middle that need to be convinced. So I will practice what I preach. I will fall back on what I said, that this is not about me. I forgot about that for a minute because I hate gay questions, but I recognize that it's more beneficial to have to get those questions out there and for him to answer them for the people that need to be convinced. So we'll leave it at that. With that said, phenomenal overall podcast. It's very close, man. The Theo, and I'm not even including like the part that annoyed me, but like the Theo Vaughn one was really mainly because Theo Vaughn is so entertaining. You have Trump, who's just a charisma machine, and then you have Theo Vaughn, who's just an unbelievable, like, funny, charismatic guy on his own. So just having those two in a room talking the way they did, it's close, man. I'm not sure. But either way, you know, it was good. It was a very, very good, entertaining interview. Yabe says that Jeremy is the Scottie Pippen of streaming world. Mid, but appreciated, kind of. Okay, hold on. Calling me mid, way overrated. Like, I am not that good. But Scottie Pippen's not mid? Scottie Pippen is not mid. Scottie Pippen was a damn good player, bro. So that's disrespectful to Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen is far better than me at streaming. So that's disrespectful to Scottie Pippen. Don't disrespect Scottie like that. Isn't Michael Jordan banging Scottie Pippen's, or Michael Jordan's son is banging Scottie Pippen's like ex-wife? Scottie's dealt with enough disrespect. He don't need that type of disrespect. Michael Jordan's son is banging Scottie Pippen's ex-wife. Don't disrespect Scottie, okay? He's had enough. He's had enough. RC TC Beef says Trump will be on Rogan according to leading report. Got that one. Michael S. Archer, who I highlighted earlier, said, and he was talking about stuff that did concern me, talking about Tim Pool with voting. It would keep me from voting. Can't read and spell, have text-to-speech app. No, that's all good, brother. Well, hey, your words and your time are appreciated here. So thank you. I appreciate it. Eric K says, Joe and Elon listen to CobraCast confirmed. Hey, Joe, Elon, trying to let you guys know what's up. Johnny says, imagine having a chance to pick this man's brain. It'd be an absolute best conversation of my life. Beastie Man says, Jeremy caused Joe Rogan to finally interview Trump. Listen, I'm a powerful guy. I'm a powerful guy. What do you want me to say? Basket City says, hail Trump and Elon. Eric K says, most pull Kardashians had was with the sex tape. Jake says, Schultz has a podcast. I mean, isn't that what it is? The Flagrant Podcast? Isn't that what it is? Joe C says, world's most influential. Trump 1, Elon 2, Tuesday night's main event, number 3. That's what's up. Jake Stanley says, why is this comedian asking better questions than the media? That was a rhetorical, by the way. Goalie says, Jeremy is bald. Trump said so. Andrew Sierra says, usually it's bald. 95% is bald. Like Jeremy. Ha, ha, ha. Spirian with the 199. Thank you. Indy Ice says, call your hubby Beardo. Check to see if he has power. Love Dog says, our country doesn't suck. Our government run by Democrats is what sucks. That is true. Shadow Saiyan says, but we can always be gayer. Jeremy, a homosexual. Nandy says, chat, he doesn't represent all Indians. Not all of us are gay. Flag Ninja says, got my ballot in the mail today. I know I'm voting for Trump in California is like farting in the wind, but like a good fart, I'm going to do it anyway. Nice way to put it right there. Betty Boop says, hey, Jeremy, I'm usually a lurker in your chat. So here's my lurking tip. Love your channel. Look at there. Betty Boop, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And appreciate the lurkers. Hail to the lurkers out there. If you're lurking in the chat, just know that we appreciate you. And lurkers are just as important as, you know, the super chatters, the commenters, and everything else. Everybody kind of makes this whole thing go. And thank you so much, Betty. Appreciate it. Modalicious says Scotty doesn't know. Eric K says Scottie Pippen is in the Hall of Fame. What's mid? Yeah, exactly. I got to disagree with that one. Don't disrespect Scottie Pippen and compare him to me. That's disrespectful. Cornboy for $2. Thank you, Cornboy. Aussie Dad Andrew, welcome to the Snake Pit. IROC backwards says, you don't pay attention to comedy, Jeremy. Stop, please. I don't know what that means. Mr. Bentham says, I don't like the lies you say, Jeremy. No way you have eyebrows. I do. Texas Dave says, heading to Sarasota to help my boyfriend's brother. This is what folks do. That is what folks do. You are 100% right about that. Over on Remble says, JD Corey says, you have your gay filter on, so hope you get the gay money, you fig. Vault 95 says, you may be muted, Jeremy, but you're still gay. JD Corey says, now we see why he married Big Mike. No balls, Obama. Bull Bear with 10 gifted memberships. Let's go. Thank you, Bull Bear. Vault 95 says, Obama stuttering more than Simple Jack and looks like a tanned old Christopher Lloyd. True Mr. Gentleman says, remember I said this would be a month of little October surprises rather than one big one. It's going to be that way. I'm still waiting for a huge one, but the little ones have been chipping away at the dims. Mata Eric says, filter or no filter, Jeremy is still fugly and gay. Vault 95 says, perfect moment. Interviewer virtue signaled America's always great. Jeremy had a great rant and 100% correct, then played at Trump, and Trump didn't lose his cool. Trump always cool. Trump is always cool. Never, ever, ever see Trump fired up. He's just always Trump. Skippy says, watch the Tesla event right now. Yeah, well, I saw Elon tweeting about that, but I'm not going to, I've got other stuff I got to pull up, so I'm not going to watch that. Elwood Blues Morse says, to whoever paid for it, thank you for the gifted membership. Sometimes you have to answer stupid questions because stupid people ask stupid questions. That is true, and thank you for the gifted memberships to all the people that gift memberships, the best chat on the internet, and it's not even close. The dude says nothing is gayer than the baldest hamburger helper gobbling Titanfall 3 praying streamer being the goat of streaming, but here we are. What is that? Like, what is that? There's so much to unpack there. I appreciate it. Let's see. And then there's Bull Bear with 10 gifted memberships. Thank you. All right. Is Elon on the... All right, let me see. Is Elon on the Tesla event? Is this actually a real Tesla event? Well, it's not on YouTube, is it? Yes, it is on YouTube. Holy shit. Okay, hang on. Is Elon on here?
Ladies and gentlemen, here, everywhere, online, around the world, outer space, I'm Franz.
Can barely hear it.
And on behalf of everybody at
Audio's
Tesla,
really low.
welcome to We Robot.
Let me see if the Twitter feed has got better
I just
audio.
want to thank Warner Brothers for hosting us here. As you know, this is the birthplace of many epic films, many of them depicting a vision of the future. We're here tonight to experience that future that is closer than you think. And who better than Elon, right, to show us that future? So it looks like Elon's on his way. So let's welcome him up here.
What the hell? Look at Elon. What? All right, I got to change the title again here. Let's see here. What is this? We Robot? What is happening? This is like a Dr. Disrespect intro. What is happening?
Welcome. Welcome to the We Robot Party. So we have quite a show for you tonight. I think you're gonna like it. As you can see, I just arrived in the Robotaxi, the cyber cab, and there's 20 more where that came from. So they've been traveling. They're all, there's no people in them, as you can see. The car's just going by.
It's as loud as I can make it. Audio's terrible.
We have 50 fully autonomous cars here tonight. So you'll see Model Ys and the cyber cab. all driverless. You'll be able to take a ride in the Cybercab. There's no steering wheel or pedals. So I hope this goes well. We'll find out. So you see a lot of sci-fi movies where the future is dark and dismal, where it's not a future you want to be in. So, like, I love Blade Runner, but I don't know if we want that future. I think we want that duster he's wearing, but not the bleak apocalypse. We want to have a fun, exciting future that if you could look in a crystal ball and see the future, you'd be like, yes, I wish I could be there now. That's what we want. So when we think about transport today, there's a lot of kind of pain that we take for granted that we think is normal. Like having to drive around LA in like 3 hours of traffic. Yeah, and people that live in LA, I mean, try to get from Pasadena to, El Segundo during rush hour is like, you can fly to, another city faster than you can get to crosstown LA. So, and you have to drive the whole way. Unless you're in a Tesla, of course. Now, Tesla already does quite well at this, supervised self-driving. So supervised full self-driving is actually working.
Did the
well.
audio improve?
So
I bumped it up.
People in the crowd, you're using that, yeah? So we'll move from supervised full self-driving to unsupervised full self-driving, where the car, you could fall asleep and wake up at your destination. So, but there's also a challenge for a lot of people that cars cost too much. I mean, when you factor in everything that goes into a car and the car insurance, the car payments, and the storage of the car, it's very expensive. So with, and you say like how many hours a week are cars used? Your average passenger car is only used about 10 hours a week out of 168 hours.
I tried. I can't bump it up anymore. That's all I can do.
Cars are just doing nothing. But if they're autonomous, they could be used, I don't know, 5 times more, maybe 10 times more. So you could actually, for the same car, would have 5 times as much value, maybe 10 times as much value. There's 168 hours in the week, and like I said, only 10 of them are used for driving. So, and then a bunch of those hours are looking for a parking spot, which is, can be pretty annoying at times. So
I personally, I really don't care about Tesla cars. Like, I don't want to say I'm never going to buy a Tesla. I would have to be really fucking rich to buy a Tesla. I have really no desire to own a Tesla. It's not my cup of tea. Not for me. It might be for other people, but I love Elon Musk, but I don't really care about this. So
we want, with autonomy, you get your time back. This is a very big deal. So it's not just it'll save lives, like a lot of lives, and prevent injuries. I think we'll see autonomous cars become 10 times safer than a human. I mean, if you think of times past where there were
holy shit. Jeremy's the John Stockton of streaming. Small, boring, but entertaining at the same time somehow. That's disrespectful to John Stockton too. I'm just going to be honest.
There used to be an elevator operator in every elevator. But once in a while they get tired and accidentally.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna keep watching this. I'm gonna watch this for like another minute, and then I'm turning this off. So if you are interested in this, it's on the Tesla YouTube channel. There's like 150,000 people watching, or it's on Twitter, so you can watch it over there. I'm kind of bored with this. I don't really give a damn about this.
Shear somebody in half. So now we have automated elevators. You just get in an elevator and you press a button, and you don't even think about it, and it just takes you to the floor. And if you did see an elevator operator with a big relay switch, you'd be like, that's weird. Now that's how cars will be. And it's not just the lives saved in injuries, but if you look at think about the.
All right, so we're gonna cut it there. Mods, if you want to drop a link to the Tesla YouTube channel, you can go ahead and do that. But I love Elon. I do not give a damn about that. I really don't. I'm not interested at all. But now I got to change the fucking title again. Let's see. Is Kamala Harris live anywhere? Okay, hang on. I got to adjust this volume. Okay, shut the fuck up. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Is this live?
President Donald Trump has.
So
What was
please give me
fucking bad at this? She is so bad at this. My God, she's bad.
anyone who's interested.
Let me see what we got going on here, because there's some clips. You know what? You know what? Just because you guys were mean to me today, okay? I'm going to be mean back, okay? This is what you get for complimenting me, okay? This is what you get. All those compliments, this is what you get right here, okay? This is what you get. Compliment me. You can stop it with some super chats.
Burdened by what has been, you know, what can be, unburdened by what has been, 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 what we can see, what we believe can be, unburdened by what has, what can be, unburdened by what has been, what can be, unburdened by what has been. What can be? Unburdened by what has been. What can be? Unburdened by what has been. Who we can be? Unburdened by who we have been. What can be? Unburdened by what has been. Where we can be, unburdened by where we have been, and unburdened by where we are right now. What can be? Unburdened by what has been. What can be? Unburdened by what has been. What can be? Unburdened by what has been. What could be? Unburdened by what had been. What can be? Unburdened by what has 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 been. Unburdened by what has been, believing in what can be. What can be? Unburdened by what has been. 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 What could be? Unburdened by what had been. What can be? Unburdened by what has 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 been. What can be? What should be? Unburdened by what has been. What can be? Unburdened by what has been. What can be? Unburdened by what has been. See what can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What
It hurts. It hurts.
Unburdened by what has been. Unburdened by what has been and knowing what can be. Have a sense of vision about what can be unburdened by what has been. To see what can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What could be unburdened by what had been. What can be unburdened by what had.
I may have to tap out. I can't. Like, it physically hurts. It physically hurts. It's so fucking bad. It's I That was tough. That was tough. But listen, it'll all be worth it if we can make it. Can we make it? Can we make it through? I promise you. I promise you, we can. It will be worth it.
Has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. Where we can be unburdened by where we've been. What was possible, unburdened by what has been. What can be 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 unburdened by what has been. That can be unburdened by what has been. There are those who are unable to see what can be, but there are many more who are able to see what can be unburdened by what has been.
Oh, God. All right, I owe you guys this one, okay? I owe you guys, so here we go.
What? Dr. Squat's natural body wash?
Sydney Sweeney body wash, Jeannie? What's your wish? It could be anything.
Coconuts.
Sydney Sweeney, get down! Dr. Squatch body wash for men who prefer natural.
Jessica's not happy. Jessica's not happy. Hang on. We got.
Hello, you dirty little boys. Are you interested in my body wash? Well, you can't have it because this isn't for boys. It's for men. This is Dr. Squatch Natural Body Wash. With long-lasting natural aromas like wood barrel bourbon, pine tar, coconut castaway, and fresh falls, you'll finally get the attention you deserve. So go to drsquatch.com today and quit being a dirty little boy.
All right, chat, there. Full circle. Chat, we went full circle. It was tough, man. It was tough getting through that. Now I got to get all the super chats of people yelling at me. Shadow Sand says, this is how long Beardo takes to start a stream. Breath the Iller says, Jeremy Fig, Telemundo, Town Hall has Harris using a teleprompter, fakest candidate ever. Yep. There's Yave with his 10 gifted memberships. Your Barmy says her neck looks like Play-Doh of a 5-year-old Sav. Oh my God. Eric K says she attracts enough people to fill a small mom and pop store. Indy I says, I'm sorry, I'll stop. Here's where the super chat started going. Indy I says, I'm sorry, I'll stop. Slain Hope says, can we go back to Elon? This is painful. Savvy's Trumpy Trout. What is it? Who's Wakanabe? Jake says Jeremy is a sadist. Shell the Third says you're a fig bat for this. Jor Barmy says Hezbollah makes prisoners talk with this video. Michaela says Jeremy, you fig, please stop. Madney says, good Lord, make it stop. Unburden us from Kamala. Robert Broker says, making us watch this unburdened Kamala shit reminds me of that Alien scene where the lady says, please, that alien pops out. That Fable of Man says, I'm having a stroke. Make it stop, you fig. Tactical Dish Soap says, this is like when the soda goes down the wrong throat. Booming Bob says, I hope you watch Snake Eyes knowing you'll never get Titanfall as it was ripped from you by Apex Legends. Jesus. War Wizard says, okay, you win. Now make it stop, you eyebrowless fig. Coalesce says, I know where I am now, chat. I'm in the Twilight Zone. That phrase is everywhere now. What can be What can be undone by what has been. Don't look for me. Alley Cat says, Uncle, we surrender, Jeremy. Love dogs is scary. I live in Dallas, and there are a ton more Harris Wall signs than Trump Vance. My yard sign says, vote for law and order, vote Republican. Woodaman says, keep going. You're still a stud. John Ambler says, duh, me stupid after watching Hyena Lady, me like Doritos. Marlena says, feel the hate, Jeremy. Eric K says, sorry, Chad, I cannot ban Jeremy for this, Kamala. Johnny says, every time she says unburdened rubbish, she is so proud of herself, thinking she just said some profound shit. Mr. Bentham says, do the next do the 10-minute compilation of her laughing. Shadow Saiyan says, guys, let's give Jessica some love. Spam feet. All for Jessica. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Ace Venturas 22 says, that's not Sabby Sweeney. Well, this has been a hell of a show. This has been a hell of a show tonight, guys. Over 3 hours. CobraCast is getting longer. We're doing multiple CobraCasts today, some days, and that's the way it should be, right? That's the way it should be, because leading up to the election, it's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. John Goat says she has worse nervous laugh than Jay, and she's running for president. All she has is laughing and platitudes. She's the living embodiment of a passive-aggressive vapidness. Yep. It is sad but true. Sad but true. But yeah, we're gonna call it there. Another one in the books. Thank you guys so very much for the super chats, for the gifted memberships, for the conversation, for the laughs. That's what CobraCast is all about. And this was an awesome one. So thank you again for the support. We really do appreciate it. Tweeted Tone says, gaming. Is Jay live right now? Is Jay live? Grand Potato says, here you go, dirty little boy. Is Jay live? Let me text Jay. Let's see here. I know he was going to go live. Wow, no town hall. What the fuck? Well, but town hall just ended. So town hall just ended. Living the life. That's actually a Karl Marx quote. NDI says, in all seriousness, though, you've created an awesome community that I am thankful to be part of. I don't think you'll ever know you fig. Hey, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm glad you guys are enjoying what we're doing. Grand Potato says, here you go, you dirty little boy. Oh, yeah, I got that one earlier. Shadow Saiyan says, I'm sorry, Jessica. Yeah, so I don't know, man. Wait, Fort Nightmares is starting soon, so you got to play Fortnite? Like, what do you mean starting soon? Like, within the next hour? I really need to record videos for Geeks and Gamers. I really need to. I have not made a video in a couple days. I need to. Let me see. Are you grifting for reminders? Check your DMs. Oh, I forgot about that. Let me go see what Harley Dave wants. Let's see here. Harley Dave, right here. All right, here we go. Is this what you want me to react to? Hang on. The 40-second clip? Harley Dave? Oh, yeah, I saw this going around. Here we go.
And then also from that video,
Damn. And then also way too loud. At least I think I've got the audio booster turned up for this site. Hang on just a minute. I do. Okay, here we go.
And then also from that video, I started getting a lot of messages like to my Instagram from like actual like aircraft commanders, like squadron commanders.
No kidding.
I had a squadron commander from North Carolina reach out to me. They had to load a C-17 full of supplies just to take a photo op for Kamala. And they never sent the bird.
Wait a minute, what?
They loaded an entire C-17 full of supplies for the hurricane victims just for Kamala to go there, take a photo, take a video, and they never sent the C-17. It was just a full.
Serious?
Yeah, that was a National Guard, North Carolina National.
Wow. That honestly, that doesn't surprise me at all. Everything about her is fake. Everything about her is fake. She hates America. She hates everyday people. She doesn't care about victims. She doesn't care about anyone. Absolutely disgusting. I mean, I honestly, like, we're gonna. I've seen that going around, that clip. So if that all gets, I hope that gets a ton of traction, and I hope that we get Fortnite Mares is tomorrow morning. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna do a little more research on that, and we'll talk about it. Thank you, Harley Dave. I appreciate it. All right. No gaming tonight. I got to make videos. No gaming. Tweeted Tone's gonna yell at me because Tweeted Tone always yells at me. That's what Tweeted Tone does. Shadow Saiyan says, give Jessica her Trumpy Trout ad. Oh God, Trumpy Trout. We've been playing that way too much. They need to start giving me some royalties for that. That's what they need to start doing. So let's see. Jeremy, have you looked at Polymarket recently? Yes, I have. We all going to start yelling at you now. What did I do? Want Trumpy Bear? Trumpy Bear? There's no Trumpy Bear. It's Trumpy Trout. I'm playing it way too much. Trumpy Bear? It's not Trumpy Bear. Is there a Trumpy Bear? Trump Bear. There's a Trump Bear? Oh my God. Trumpy Bear? All right, hang on. Jesus Christ. Hang on. Trumpy Bear? Oh, that's a long time ago. That looks like let's see here. Hang. I have never seen this. Here we go.
A wind whispered through the forest. A storm is coming. You cannot defeat the storm. From the trees rose a resounding voice. I fear nothing. I come when the trumpet sounds. I am the storm, the great American grizzly. Introducing the original Trumpy Bear, the fearless, super plush American grizzly. Trumpy Bear was born June 14th, Flag Day. Just find the secret zipper and pull out the flag blanket. Then wrap yourself in the red, white, and blue for comfort and warmth. Show your patriotism and proudly display Trumpy on Flag Day and on any American holiday. Trumpy can even honor your own family heroes.
God bless America and God bless Trumpy Bear.
Trumpy Bear sits proudly at the front of the motorcycle for all the world to see and loves to cruise with his brother.
I'm a former Marine, and I'm proud to have Trumpy Bear ride by my side. Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Everyone knows Trumpy Bear loves to go to the golf course.
When I ride with Trumpy Bear, he makes my golf game great again. Thank you, Trumpy Bear.
Simply style his trademark hair and place him in his favorite chair. Even the toughest guys will love Trumpy Bear.
When America is great, business is great. When business is great, I am great. I love you, Trumpy Bear.
I am an Army veteran. I am proud to own the Trumpy Bear, and I will always be proud to be an American.
Order the Super Plus Trumpy Bear for only 2 payments of $19.95 and receive a special certificate of authenticity. Don't miss out on owning a piece of American history. Order now for only 2 payments of $19.95. Trumpy, the most fearless bear anywhere. Order now.
I actually love that. Like, that's actually so much better than Trumpy Trout. Like, that is so much better. That was fantastic. I never knew about that one. Let's see. There was hang on. See if I can find it. Remember this one right here? Remember this one? This was let me see if I can find it. This is still the greatest thing ever, in my opinion. Is this it? All right, this is still my favorite thing Trump's done. If this is it right here. Here we go. Here we go. This is fantastic.
Hello, everyone. This is Donald Trump. Hopefully, your favorite president of all time, better than Lincoln, better than Washington, with an important announcement to make.
Oh, so it doesn't have the full thing. I need to see the full thing, like where he's like, the world needs a superhero. I got to find that one. I thought that was it. Better than Lincoln, better than Washington. Hang on, let's see. No, that's not it. Let's see. I don't know if it was re-uploaded. Is this it? Yep, here it is. I got it. All right, here we go. I think this is it. Here we go.
Everyone, this is Donald Trump. Hopefully, your favorite president of all time, better than Lincoln, better than Washington, with an important announcement to make. I'm doing my first official Donald J. Trump NFT collection right here and right now. They're called Trump Digital Trading Cards. My official Trump Digital Trading Cards are $99, which doesn't sound like very much for what you're getting. These cards feature some of the really incredible artwork pertaining to my life and my career. It's been very exciting. Buy one and you will join a very exclusive community. It's my community. And I think it's something you're going to like, and you're going to like it a lot. Each card comes with an automatic chance to win amazing prizes like dinner with me. I don't know if that's an amazing prize, but it's what we have. Or golf with you.
I don't know if that's an amazing prize, but it's what we have.
But each card comes with an automatic chance to win amazing prizes like dinner with me. I don't know if that's an amazing prize, but it's what we have. Or golf with you and a group of your friends at one of my beautiful golf courses, and they are beautiful. We're doing a lot. Oh, and remember, Christmas is coming, and this makes a great Christmas gift.
Holy shit, man. Trump is just funny as shit. All right, what's the Tesla event? Everybody's asking me to go back to that. What the hell's going on now? How many people are watching this shit? All right, let's see. What do we got going on now? It's just scary. What the fuck? This is weird. What? Yeah, fuck that. All right. I don't want anything to do with this shit. I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all. Yeah, that's just strange, man. That's just strange. There you go. All right. So not for me. Not for me. But anyway, we're gonna call it there. Let me get a few more super chats. Let's see where we're at. Kitty Brown Eye says unburdened from where we've been is a direct quote from Stalin 1918. Look it up. Pure communist. Yabe says, rumor has it that Jeffrey Epstein watched that Kamala video on a loop during his last night on this earth. The rest is history. Black Kate says, just imagine the poor United States Postal Service worker loading 30 Trumpy Trouts in Jeremy's P.O. box. Indy says, my actual last $2. Great vid, you terrible streamer. Thank you. Grandpa Taylor says, Jeremy's going to find that secret zipper tonight. Nathan says, Jeremy isn't a fig. He'd rather be unburdened by what has been and be in Kamala. No Delicious says, let's see, restaurant commercial. What was the one? Regeneron. Is that what you're talking about? I think you mean Regeneron. The Regeneron commercial, I think, is what you're talking about, right? Regeneron. Let's see. Let's see. That's a Daily Show clip. Hang on. Yeah, here we go. Right here. This one.
Hi, perhaps you recognize me. It's your favorite president. I got back a day ago from Walter Reed Medical Center. I went in, I wasn't feeling so hot. And within a very short period of time, they gave me Regeneron. It's called Regeneron. And it was like unbelievable. It just made me better. Okay, I call that a cure. I want to get for you what I got, and I'm going to make it free. I think this was a blessing from God that I caught it, because I feel great. You're going to get better. You're going to get better fast, just like I did. So
I think this is, I think the Daily Show added more to it, but like I remember like the Lincoln Project meme to this, and it made Trump look so cool.
Again, a blessing in disguise. Good luck. Oh boy.
Yeah, I knew the Daily Show had something to do with that one, but like the Lincoln Project did that and made Trump look so cool, and then they did even more memes on it. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's how it went. But anyway, that's it. We are done. Coop says, do the Trump Full Metal Jacket video, best video ever. I played that one yesterday. Coop finally got your super chat, Red. Look at that, Coop. Zero says, here's my spectacular member message. I don't know if it's so spectacular, but it's what I have, and we appreciate it. Okay, so thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a great night, and I will see you maybe tomorrow for Daily. I'll see you tomorrow for CobraCast for sure. Who's going to be on Geeks and Gamers Daily? I don't know. So I guess we're just going to have to find out. You'll have to tune in to see who's on Daily. But thank you guys. Have a great evening, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.